I never had the chance to run, leave behind the said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond the shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. Trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can make
3, 2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport, back live for your Pro-Am coverage here at the Indianapolis Road Course. Familiar track from Season 2, and what a change of fortune it's been over this past week. Thunderstorms had threatened the race earlier on, and now we've got beautiful, a bit of cloud cover, but beautiful conditions nonetheless. I'm Matthew Duffin, joined in the commentary box once again by your current Pro Champion on Orthodox, Dan Davis. Dan, how are you?
Evening, Matt. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm doing very well, thank you, my friend. And yeah, returning back to Indianapolis, the Indy 500 home here in America. And yeah, like you said, the thunderstorms have cleared. We got a lovely, relatively clear skies with a little bit of light cloud. And we're back at the home of Indy cars.
Yeah, the home of Indy cars, the Brickyard as they call it over here. Very, very famous track for the Indy 500, and the Indy Road Course used to be used in the Formula 1. Bit of a different configuration back in the day, but used to be used for the Formula 1 many moons ago. But way back since Season 2, we are now back here, as Dean just losing the rear there on this practice record. We've got what could be a fantastic championship, as we've just lost a driver. Hopefully they can get back in. We are expecting Holty and Rabbit Joe to come in a little later. They are running a bit late. But we've got some great drivers out there tonight, Dan. We are missing Alfie and Don Productions at the moment. Alfie can't make it tonight. But we do have this man, a new driver on the grid. Ukbar, new to the season since we have lost Daniel Francis and NJ. Ukbar, new to the season. What can he provide in a familiar car from the Pro Series last year? What do you what hopes have you got for it in the Pro-Am?
It should be an interesting car, really, especially in the hands of the Flying Dutchman of Ukbar, as he's also well known being called. And yeah, it should be interesting to see how he handles his car. Andy managed to make it work in some circuits, but always seems to be quite a twitchy car. So we'll see how Ukbar gets on here at Indianapolis. But with the Indianapolis road course, it's a mixture of tight corners and long straights. So again, the problem with the problem that Ukbar is going to be having tonight is straight line speed in that Ginetta, because we've learned that it's not very quick in a straight line.
No, we have learned it's not very quick in a straight line, but if he has the right setup, could he make it work? Very interesting to see how the Ginetta will go here tonight. We've also got the return of Smokey Devil, who's back with us in the Mercedes-Benz now. Bit of confusion tonight. Obviously, we do not run the American tracks on the online championships. The guys have to pick their liveries themselves, and DJ Phil could face himself a points deduction for being in the wrong livery. That is the Team Pro Lassie car of May's game. DJ Phil has had to change his name to DJ Motorsport due to uncertain circumstances. As Piston Broke and Daniel Francis have left, and will not allow DJ Phil to continue with that name. He's meant to be teamed with Smokey Devil, a returning driver who's not there. He's the one who left. I wonder if he's got wheel problems. Has not loaded the game with the wheel. He's meant to be in the Gulf livery with Smokey Devil at DJ Motorsport for the remainder of this season. And another man who's had a car change since teammate has left and got forced into a car that he didn't enjoy, so we've been told from a few drivers. Smithy then, what can he do back in his favoured Porsche? We've now got a Porsche on this Pro-Am grid.
Yeah, we got a Porsche back in the Pro-Am. Smithy bringing the Porsche back, and it was a shame that he couldn't gel with the BMW Z4, but you've got to drive a car that you're happy and comfortable with. Obviously, due to the circumstances, let's be honest, we love Smithy, we think he's a great guy, but he's not really going to fret for the top guys. He may get a couple of race wins due to the reverse grid, but we want him to have fun, we want him to enjoy himself, and that's why we've come to the conclusion that it's best for Smithy and for the show for Smithy to be driving the 911. So he is back in a car that he feels happy and comfortable in.
Indeed, that is the case. Even to Xmart, Dean Wasaki, Fury Disco, PN Motorsport in the chat. We hope you'll be with us to continue joining us throughout tonight's coverage. Get your comments in, predict who you think's going to get pole, win the races, or who's going to do what. Just give us your thoughts on what you think's going to happen throughout the course of this evening. Then, as we go into this third track, fifth venue for tonight, we have got an interesting stage in the championship. Rabbit Joe took his double points last week and already leads May's Gamer by 18 points. Kieran Argent and 32 points behind in third, only just ahead of Nicky and KLF and what was Daniel Francis. Obviously Daniel Francis has now left and will no longer be running with us. Don Productions and his P7, we hope to have him back out there soon. Alfie P8 can't be with us tonight, he's at work. Holty in P9, he'll be with us shortly. DJ Phil in P10 with Welshie in P11. Stealth Sloth P12, don't know mate, P13. NJ we lost his P14. Dean Wasaki's in 15th place, Smithy 16th. Ukbar, Aidan Bennett not yet in, he's kind of there as a reserve driver if there is space, and he's able to get home from work. Ukbar then P18, obviously making his debut tonight. And Smokey Devil back in P19 as well. Sedan, fair few drivers returning, fair new faces as well. What's your predictions going into this qualifying session?
Predictions, I think it's going to be once again, I think a Mercedes dominant circuit really. Again, a lot of long straights, a lot of tight twisty section that the Mercedes probably won't lose too much time, and I'm expecting Mays and Argent, possibly Rabbit Joe once he eventually gets in, to be fighting for the pole position here this evening. When it comes to the race, it might be very, very different. We know after learning a little bit of experience from Dubai, the Renault seems to be a lot better on his tyres, so possibly Nicky Kelly could be a threat later on in the evening as Mays does a little pirouette towards the final sector. But we're here, like I said, at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The track is mainly made of asphalt and brick. That's why it's nicknamed the Brickyard. Also very famous, known for the Indy 500, and obviously, hopefully once we get it going, we do have the IndyCar Championship later on this evening on a Friday night. So make sure you tune into that. 14 corners, level 1 graded FIA circuit. And the current lap record is held by Joseph Newgarden in an IndyCar, ironically, of a 1 minute 09.3, and I don't think we're going to get anywhere near those lap times here this evening. And a circuit that the F1 cars have been here before, but a slightly different.
Yes, very different formation for them guys, but nonetheless it is still going to bring some fascinating racing, and we're not going to get near them IndyCar times tonight, I don't think. But already, what car down around here tonight's taking your fancy? We saw 2 seasons ago that Bozzy Boy and Rabbit Joe really dominating the Porsche in the Pro-Am compared to Monkey Boy and his Mercedes. What do we fancy tonight? Do we think the Mercs will get back onto the top form that we know they can be, or who else do we think could be a good choice?
Like I said, the Mercedes of Mays and Argent are going to be looking strong as always. The SLS of Dean is looking very good as well at the minute. The long straights would definitely benefit the SLS. But like I said, keep an eye out for Nicky and Kelly in the Renaults. The tyre wear will help them out a little bit later on. Possibly the Lamborghinis can do something later on this evening. But in my eyes, it's got to be one of the Mercedes boys. They're the ones who look the strongest.
Yeah, I've got to give a shout out to the Renaults. I think the Renaults could be a favourite tonight. I'm also going to give a Welshie a shout out. I think Welshie tonight could be a big factor in this one. As Mace Gamer, Argent, Dean, so far the current pace setters, but this is your practice session. We'll see what they can do over the race length. Now, the other thing to talk about, Dan, is tyres. Few people on the softs been testing, few people on the hards. What is the tyre choice tonight? Because even though we're in the autumn, we're still in America and it is relatively warm still. Hard tyres working for you in terms of tonight, or are you a soft man going out there?
Oh, you know me, Matt. I do love a good soft every now and then. But for me, what I've been testing here, I can't look anywhere other than the hards. After a couple of seasons running on the hards, I've become one with them at the minute, and I believe they're a little bit faster once you do get them in the right window. But it's different preference. I know from experience, other people have been saying that the Mercedes tends to look after the tyres better in the softs than it does the hards. So for me, it's driver preference. If you can get the hards to work, they'll go longer, they're more durable, and definitely they're definitely worth running for a long distance. But if we've got a short sprint race and you're happy on them, then the softs are definitely a way to go. But again, driver preference. I know I'll definitely be running the hards later tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think the same here. Now, just to clarify as well, before I go through the constructors' standings, that Smokey Devil coming in as DJ Phil's teammate does mean that he is going, DJ Motorsport as well changing their name. They will keep the constructors' points they had, so they will not lose their constructors' points, as it is Forever Forward Racing, who for a third season in a row are really starting to get to grips with this championship once again and lead the way, 36 points now. Don't forget, Rabbit Joe has taken double points, so that may change as we go through the season. But it's Team ProLab second, with Team ProLazzy of Mays Gamer third. DJ Motorsport then are in P4 ahead of Iron Brew Racing, and MC Motorsport tied on 32 points. AA3 3D printing 2 points further back from them. Then it's Lone Wolf Motorsport, Team Cool Runnings, and the Flying Dutchman, who hasn't got going yet. Neither have skid marks, but the Flying Dutchman is here tonight, and we're interested to see what can happen. So we are expecting Alty and Rabbit Joe a little late. But we've still got 12 quick guys out there at the moment. Up bar P4 in that Ginetta, and it's nice to see the Leach Motorsport lads dusting off their old championship winning car and letting Smithy loan it again. Yeah,
definitely. So I don't think ever since Gary and Little Leach have left this car, it just hasn't gone their way at the minute. Since the livery has left them, they haven't been doing as well. But maybe Smithy can do some wonders in that car once again, so we'll see how he gets on. I believe that's Little Leach's livery, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it was, yeah. No, you're right there. It is Little Leach's livery from Season 1 and Season 2. And then they changed... I don't know if they should have changed it from the Porsche to the Renault or just gone back into that livery, because it was when they changed that livery that they lost the title to UND Big. So I'm sure you're not complaining, though.
Oh, definitely not. I'll quite happily see him in a different livery other than that one. As soon as I see them back in that livery, I know they're back for game, for sure.
Here we go then. Welshie coming down onto the start straight, and that last corner, Dan, was very tricky over the weekend with the thunderstorms around in practice. We've seen a lot of drivers really struggle with that. As Dean currently still sits third from Mays Gamer and Argent, leading only 1.1 seconds separating Dean and Mays Gamer, so not a bad job from the SLS. Lamborghini, I'm interested to see not do that, maybe get around the corner a bit better, but Welshie hangs on to it a little bit there. As we have currently... What do you think of the Audi's chances tonight, as well as the Lamborghinis with Holty and don't know, mate? Do you think the Audi's a car that would suit here?
Possibly so. The nice thing about Indianapolis is it's very much a flat circuit. You know, there's not many, other than the banking in the final corner and possibly just before the final chicane, there's not many banked corners. So
yeah.
The undulation of the circuit shouldn't affect some of the cars too bad. So it's cars like the Renault, the Audi, and the Lamborghini should be a little bit more suited here. But Matt, we've been... Oh, as Nicky just touches the grass and has a little pirouette there. We'll come away from him. But like I said, everyone is whatever we've predicted in the past, Matt, especially Daytona last season, whatever we predicted to happen, it doesn't ever seem to actually happen.
No,
we might get a shock and the Ginetta will go on pole position. We might get a shock and Smithy will go on pole position. You know, anything in Pro-Am and Pro, track limits there, Kelly, will be... and that's another thing. That's a big talking point after the bye as well. Yeah. But I'll let that sink in with other drivers. But no, anything can happen, especially in Pro-Am and especially in Pro as well. We've learned that every round is definitely different. Some people suit to other circuits than others. And I'm intrigued to see how Indianapolis goes tonight.
Yeah, as am I. I think it could be an absolute cracking one as far as we go tonight. It really is going to be... a race of these drivers' skill and test. How will their tyres last? Who's going to choose what strategy? Still 12 drivers in with 6 minutes left of practice then, before we get our 10-minute qualifying underway, and then into the first of two 20-lap races. Don't forget the reverse grid at the minute. If 12 drivers start race 1, there'll only be 6 drivers qualifying for race 2. But very, very wide there, but a 10th up on his time, and that 10th could mean the difference from P4 and P3.
Well, as we are with Ukbar and one of our newest drivers, shall we take a lap around Indianapolis with the Ginetta?
Yeah, I think we shall.
Been a while since we've ran in a Ginetta, but Ukbar here coming into the final sector of the circuit. I'm just praying to God he does not go into pits. And he exits the final corner going the wrong way down the speedway of the Indy 500, so they would be going the opposite way. But we're going down the main straight, famous circuit obviously for the F1s, where I believe Montoya got disqualified for dropping Cosby over the fence.
Yeah, he did.
As we go into turn 1, careful that curve, it can make the car unsettle, but then turn straight into a left-hander, and then straight again into another right-hander. A late apex corner, this one, you can run the car a little bit wider, then hit the apex for turn 4, and then try and get a nice exit. It's very easy for the rear to become unsettled and get on the power. Careful these curves, it's very easy to get track limits there and run a little bit too wide or take too much curve, but really not a really difficult corner. Very different to the old layout of the F1 circuit, where it used to be a little bit more tight and twisty, and then hit the brakes at about 100 meter board there and try and get it turned in nicely. And again, a couple of slow sections here, a left and a right, and again, Ukbar just touching the curb a little bit and has unsettled the Ginetta. And again, for me, late apexes seem to be the best thing around here. and he runs out a little bit wide. Now onto the banking as well. We just briefly touched the banking, as the F1 cars would have normally gone straight on, but here they made the changes and added a chicane. Another heavy curve there. You want to be careful we don't take too much of that and unsettle the car into the penultimate corner, which is going to be an interesting one because the pit entry is just there. Could we have another slip up of pit entries? We will see tonight and tomorrow night. Into the final banking and down the long straight. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a lap of Indianapolis road course with Ugbar, and he finds 300ths on that lap.
He does indeed, and manages to just close the gap to Dean without getting any. Going past him. Sorry, couldn't spin words out. 16 people watching, 9 likes. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new. Evening to Fury's granddad as well. Evening all. Good luck to Kelly and Nikki. He says evening to Monkey Boy as well. Peace for his mum. Nice to see you here as well. So good evening to you as well. Dan, big talking point a couple of years ago. First of all, while you're on board this, man, Nikki put a lovely post up in the Discord today for everybody to see. It was the day of your birthday and the month of your birthday, and it sort of gave you a name. And for me, I came away with Ring Predator. Kieran, the crash champion. So let's hope for none of that tonight. We don't want any championship crashes from this, man. I think he needs a championship challenge, I think.
My personal favourite was this one.
Oh, based off of last week with Dean Wasaki breaking and so on. Quick breaks was Kelly's. Quick breaks. Yeah. Yeah, I do like that one as well, to be fair. As a few drivers just go slow at the end. Smoky Devil, not in the right livery, but I'm sure that's not going to matter this week. New back to the championship. DJ Fell, I think, is back in the Gulf livery then, and he's fine from there. Another thing to note out as well, I was speaking to someone earlier, is the last time Welshie raced around this circuit, he dive-bombed Mazda from about 4 cars back, as Mazda was pretty much on the exit of the corner and just sideswiped him. So, Welshie, just to let you know, it's not the pad that we're waiting for you to drop tonight, it's your dive bombs into turn 1 that we're watching out for as he comes round to complete a lap. And can he improve on his P8? No, he can't. He's 100th down there.
I'll tell you what, Matt, it's nice to see Welshie in a car that he's happy and comfortable in, and I think as well, he raced in Pro last season, and he did struggle a lot in the Porsche 911. Yeah. But now he's back home in the Pro-Am, back in his Lamborghini. It just seems a lot more racier. It seems a lot more happier. Yeah. And it's nice to see the old Welshie back. And he's not too far off the pace, and I'm pretty sure he'll find a little bit more pace later on this evening as he's going sideways through the chicane at track limits for sure.
No, it's nice to see Welshie's Dean then. Wow, Dean's improved his time. He's found some pace from somewhere. Text me a picture last night, did Dean, so I know that's, I think, just a 4 thousandths. I think it's better than his time he did last night. So Dean doing his personal best there, and 3 tenths off the back of Maze Gamer. He's not bad at all. Could Dean be in for a podium, if not a win tonight? It's the pace that we expected at Brands that we're seeing here from Dean, and that's what we want to be seeing then as Argent comes off of the last corner onto the oval pod of the track, and as you say, they go the wrong way compared to the Indianapolis, the Indy 500. Are you a fan of this track, Dan, the Indy Road Course? Is it a track that you enjoy?
I don't actually know, if I'm honest, Matthew. I think it's one of those. See, there's bits of bobs of it that I like, and then there's others that I don't. I quite like the quick chicane. I quite like that little bit of the section, and I do quite like the final sector. I just find the slow S section. I believe where is Argent? Yeah, here is Argent. I believe Argent is coming up to it now. So this section here is the bit that I find a bit frustrating. You constantly left, right, left, right, left, right, and the car never seems to be happy, never seems to be settled. Yeah. So the only part of the circuit that I don't like is this. I would quite like to hit the banking in the GTs, but obviously due to the change of the circuit, and obviously with the rules of what happened in F1 and that big controversial race where we only saw 6 cars on track, it had to be deemed a safer way. So it is sad not to see it, but I did quite miss the old first sector where it used to go around a tree, if I remember rightly. The old section, instead of going straight into the chicane, it came back on itself, and I do miss the old layout of Indianapolis.
Gave it a bit more of something to look at. As here comes Argent then. Is he on a better lap? No, 4 seconds down. So he goes again here.
So, one thing I'm just watching here with the Pro Laps boys, and their time seems to be improving a little bit. Are they tacticking? Are they doing a tactic drive now? Are they? Oh, Vicky has a spin. Are they trying the toe?
Well, it's a tactic, isn't it? It's something that could work for them, and I think that Renault lacks the pace. So if there is that possibility of a toe down that main straight and this part here, then hey, why not go for it? We know that we've got Daytona coming up, our annual night race round Daytona. We know that we think that that Renault definitely will probably struggle there. So why not get a bit of practice in here with the toe round Indianapolis? You've got plenty of straights to do it. It's not like Dubai last week where you only really have the one straight down the back straight. The start straights, yeah, it's all right, but it's not really as long as these two. I mean, why not give it a go? If it's going to get that time down and get you closer to the front runners, then hey, I'm all for it. As they are only 1.2 and 1.7 off the pole times as it is. The top four, separated by 7 tenths. That's not bad going for them four then. As the practice session is done, and we are ready to go.
We are ready to go here at Indianapolis as Kelly crosses line and does not improve. Argent, I believe, is the last man to cross the line, currently in the top 3. And like I said, the Mercedes dominance is looking good once again. And I think he just goes into second, 1/10 away from Mays Gamer, I believe, by the end of that.
Yeah, he did. No, you're right. Yeah. So good lap from Argent there. Bob, pleased with that. Impressed with that pace, Dan?
Yeah, I would say that's a good start, especially for the first time racing here at Simplay. Doesn't really know the drivers, doesn't really know the format, but yeah, that's a good showing already from Ukbar. He's had a bit of time and practice on the Sim Zone, one of the lead coordinators at the Sim Zone actually, so it's nice to see him here racing with us, and he gave that Ginetta a good amount of time. While these guys are in the pits, actually, this is very crucial, Matt. This pit lane is very long.
Now, before we came on air, me, Kelly, and Don't Know Mate did a bit of a 5-lap practice race, and me and Don't Know Mate jumped the start, and I tell you what, it ruined your race. So you want to make sure that when you start, you make sure you can get off that line nice and easy. Do not jump that start, otherwise it will mess your race up.
Well, look, for example, look, Smithy's still in the pits, and look how far the pit exit is away. Yeah. It's a good amount of time you're going to be wasted, so it's going to be crucial when you choose the pit.
As the Renault gets away now, and that's Mays Gamer still in the pit lane, as well as Kelly and DJ Phil and Smithy. But you can see Smithy here, look, he's been coming out the pits for a good couple of seconds now, and he's still going out the pit lane.
Well, Welshie was the very first man out, and Smithy took a little bit longer, and Smithy is still cruising down the strip.
He's still nowhere near. He's where the Gulf liveried Mercedes of DJ Phil is. So that is going to be Kelly that's just going to come out before him. Gets away now. And then Smithy's
I think we need to time this.
It's a long one. Oh, Mace Gamer and Smokey Devil are in the pit, so we'll have to maybe keep an eye on where they are and see when they start to move. As well, see, that's pretty much a lap done before Maze and Smokey Devil have come out the pit. So at the minute, you want to get out the pits as well, Dan. You want 10-minute qualifying. You need to be out there. You need to be getting the laps in and getting the qualifying pace done. And as one of them's heading out now, what you don't want to do, Dan, is sit in the pits and waste that time. Maze Gamer is not away. It's the guy quickest in practice. He's not away at the moment. He's still sat in the pit lane, and that is not where he would want to be at all.
Definitely not. Definitely. And you want to be out on the circuit. 10-minute qualifying session is not really a lot of time. You really need to get a banker in. Some drivers, like we said earlier, debating on what tyres they're running. Some people might want to be running the softs. Some might be running the hards. Now, if you're definitely running the hards, you want to be out as soon as possible. You need to get those tyres up to temperature as quickly as you possibly can. Soft runners can put the low fuel run in and come and go as they please. But because that pit lane is so long, I'm half tempted just to fuel the car up, take a nice set of tyres out, get into the zone, and just pump in some lap times.
Just go for it.
Put a banker in, get that done, and then pump in some good lap times afterwards. But Welshie will be your first man to set a lap time in the Lamborghini, and it looks like we have got Don't Know Mate and Dean Wasocki just behind them as well. And it looks like Holty has joined into the session as well, so hopefully he has got enough time to get in. I believe it's 3 minutes is the cut.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, so he should be able to get in. He should be able to get in and do a lap.
Hopefully so. The Maze Gamer is now out the pitch, just though as the last car, who's just started his lap, comes round. So he's got a lot of time to get round and get through. I imagine Smoky Devil will be on a soft tyre, and I can't see a world where he's on them hard tyres with pretty much half a session left to go so far then. Welsh coming into the final corner now then. Round here he comes, which was very treacherous in the wet weather, as Dean then's made a mistake in the background and has gone onto the grass. It will be Welshie to complete the first time, and what's it going to be? What's the benchmark for these drivers that they're going to be looking at? A 129 dead, and I've got a feeling that if Don't Know Mate's hooked up a decent lap, he might just be in front of that one.
I think Dean's made a mistake because he's dropped right back.
No, he has. He just as the camera panned out on Welsh at the final corner, he did. Holty then is into the session in the pits. Argent lays down the mark with a 26.9 now. Here then, let's go pro laps, boys. Evening to Bethany and Duffin, as well as Stovsloth, and Nicky comes across like, wow, Nicky, great opening lap from Nicky there. Reckon that's a bit quicker than his first one. Here comes Dean then, who, had a bit of a moment somewhere and he's well off, but he's got a gap now down where he can stretch his legs and get that lap in. DJ Phil goes into P5, and here comes Kelly then, who came out of the pits a similar time to Smithy. He's gone P3. Here comes Maze Gamer, but this is to start his first proper run. Goes onto the board quicker than Dean, but this is going to be his first flying lap. Smithy then onto the board with a 31 as well, and Holty, look, he's straight out the pit straight away. But it's taking forever because his garage is at the very bottom, so that is going to take him a lot of time here.
Yeah, definitely. So this is going to hurt any of the drivers that get the bad luck of the very first pit box. It's going to take him a while to get out of the pit exit. Smoky Devil coming in the final corner now. What lap time can he set in the 69 Mercedes? But yeah, as soon as they come out of the pit, they've got to be on it. Holty as well lost 5 minutes of the session, and Smoky Devil goes into second place.
Yeah, good time from Smoky Devil. Oh, Dean gone back into the pits. That's unusual.
Yeah, Dean's running out of time. He really does need to get out there. Welshie does improve. Don't Know Mate exiting the final corner. Let's keep an eye on Ugbar and Janetta. He looks like he's going pretty quick. Yeah, and he does so. He goes up into third place. Argent, he goes provisional pole.
Good lap time from Argent, straight back into the pits for him and Nicky. Don't Know Mate improved into P7. What can KLF do then a bit further back? We've got DJ Phil just in front of him, who's about to set a lap time. Dean, Argent and Nicky. Dean, after his cracking lap time in the practice session, needs to get out there. DJ Phil, though, very wide, really has hampered his time coming through there. That's going to have lost him time. Here comes Kelly now then, and if you look at the pit lane, there is cars I think are all still stationary. I don't think anyone's on their way out yet. Kelly crosses the line, improves to P4. Here comes Maze Gamer then. Man.
Keep an eye on Maze. He's always quick, and can he set the benchmark? He does. He can, a 25.4, 3/10 faster than Argent right now. So these guys have got some work to do. I believe that is Holty exiting.
It was Smithy. Smithy was coming round. Holty is then.
Smithy.
Yeah, Smithy was coming around. He didn't improve that time. Holty is on his first on his out lap, so we'll see what Holty can do then. But Dean out the pits, Argent out the pits, Nicky still in the pit lane. He's just come out as well. So Dean, Argent and Nicky all have to get on with it here. I don't think the hard tyre is going to be the tyre choice now, and that was Maze really stepping that rear end out coming through the fast chicane.
Well, he's just in the limits. He was just onto that curb there, just on the limits of track limits here. But he's really pushing it. Smoky Devil currently in 4th place, but Maze once again showing his pace around here. Flying Dutchman of Ugmar exits the final corner. What lap time can he produce in the Ginetta? 1.5 off the fast at the minute, and he does not improve at this precise moment.
I tell you what though, Dan, Maze Gamer on my screen, purple and purple sector 1 and 2. He is flying. Here comes Stealth Soft though, P8 at the minute. Can he jump his teammate? He does jump his teammate into P7. He goes then. Maze Gamer looking quick at the moment. Kelly is on a personal best lap as well, so we'll stick with Kelly to see what he can do. He just runs a little wide, touches the grass on the exit. That will just hurt him. Here comes Dean to start his next lap. Maze Gamer though in the background. Let's watch for this guy. What time's it going to be? It's the 24.8. He's into the 24s, the pro pace pretty much. That lap is astonishing from Maze. What a time from him. He wasn't even purple in the final sector, but his first 2 sectors set him up. Nicky then is also on a personal best lap. Needs a good few attempts to get ahead of Argent. Can he get the job done here? No, actually.
No, that's an outlap. Yeah. That is an outlap. That's got to be an outlap. But,
yeah, it has to be.
Argent coming across the line now, 8/10 off. Can he find any more time? No, he does not. And Smoky Devil next exit the final corner. So Maze really putting a benchmark. I don't really think that time is going to be caught. He's nearly a second faster than anybody else.
Phil's in the pits, Dan, and if you ask me, DJ Phil's done. 2 minutes left of the session. He's coming out the pits now, but he is That is going to be so tight. That is Don't Know Mate and Holty crossing the line. Holty gets on the leaderboard into P12. What can Don't Know Mate do? Can he jump up above the order a bit? No, he stays 10th. Ukbar does find some time and goes into P3 then in that Ginetta. 4th in practice.
The Flying Dutchman.
Well, yeah, wow. Exactly. The Flying Dutchman, 4th in practice behind Dean Wasocki, but Dean's not got a time. PS4 needs an update, says Joe, so he's not going to get in for the first race. What a shame. Dean then has this lap and another lap. Maze Gamer has backed out to this one. I tell you what, he's going to struggle to get another one in. Is that Kelly?
I think they're trying to find space. Kelly's trying to get a toe by the looks of things.
I think Kelly's done. I think he's ruined his time there by going slow. I don't think. Oh no, he's at the last corner. He has got time. Kelly must have been finding space then, as he's going to cross the line now, down on his time. Can he get this flying lap in? As was Maze Gamer, looking for a bit of time as well. Ukbar's the only man in the pits. DJ Phil's got out. He'll try to get round. Here comes Nicky. Smithy's in the pits. Holty's in the pits. Don't Know Mate is in the pits. So they're all done with their last laps.
Not quite enough. What I like about Indianapolis is it helps my life a lot easier to be able to see what car's coming up the final corner.
Dean Wasocki has gone into the pit lane, and the man who got P3 in practice will start 12th. Well,
oh, no.
What a shame for Dean Wasocki, because he had some good pace in practice earlier, and that is not going to happen for him. So P12 for him, not what he'd have wanted at all.
Definitely not. And DJ Phil, 20 seconds left on the clock. He should be able to get one more lap in, but he needs to hurry up on the final exit. So DJ Phil will cross the line and be the last man to set a lap time. Maze Gamer still on provisional pole position with a 24.8.
Now someone's coming out of the pits. That's either Holty or Don't Know Mate. Now is Holty, with him coming on late, just trying a few things here?
Just get a bit more practice in. But this is it. The last lap from these guys. Who will be the first? I believe it will be...
Oh, someone's just gone off the last corner. That's Stealth Sloth off. I think it's Kelly. It's Kelly or Nicky. It's going to be KLF 900 then. Looking at his lap times on my phone, he's not setting personal best sectors, so I can't see an improvement this time round. And stays P6. So Kelly done then into P6. Here comes Smokey Devil. What can he do? It's Nicky, next to cross the line of Smokey Devil. Nicky,
P2.
No. Oh, he has. Wow, what a lap time from Nicky then in that Renault. Fantastic pace. Has Argent got anything back to answer with? This is a great lap from Nicky. Here comes Kieran Argent. Can he get it back on the front row? He can! Just ever so slightly. Smokey Devil will cross the line in a minute. He can't improve on his P5. Where then is DJ Phil? There is a car, I think, entering the pit lane. So DJ Phil then, the last man to try and get it. But Maze Gamer will take his second pole position, of the season. Argent back on that front row of the grid with a P2. Good job from him. Nicky then is third. Welsh is in the pits down in 7th place. Stealth Sloth is down in 8th, but they could lose out to DJ Phil here, who needs just under a second to get that job done. Nicky on row 2. What a job from him. Kelly 6th as well. Here comes Phil. Couldn't get the job done, so stays P9 with that one then. So what a shame for him, but what a qualifying if you're Ukbar in 4th on your debut, and if you're Maze Gamer on pole position for the second time in a row. Smokey Devil as well gets a 5th place on his first outing in the Mercedes-Benz back here at Simplay Motorsport. So good job from him, but it's Maze Gamer then who strikes early with a pole position. From then, Kieran Argent on the front row. Row 2 will be Nicky and Ukbar, with Smokey Devil and KLF on row 3. Welsh and Stealth Sloth row 4. Row 5 is DJ Phil and Don't Know Mate. Row 6, Smithy and Dean Wasocki, and Holty on his own in 13th place at the back. And Smithy out-qualifying Holty and Dean. I know Holty only had one lap, but out-qualified Dean, who was 3rd in practice. Good lad Smithy on getting that job done, because that wouldn't have been easy for him, and I'm sure that'll give him a bit of confidence. Evening to BT Targa and Jamie Brazier as well. Come on, you Pro Laps lads. At least your Project Cars game works, says Jamie. Yeah, Jamie had problems with his Project Cars game. Hopefully he can get it sorted for tomorrow night as well as for Friday, because I need him in the commentary box with me.
He might need to buy a new game like I did earlier last season at Donington. But we'll do a quick run through of your grid order here for race 1 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. Obviously Maze Gamer taking that pole position and that extra point for that. It's an all Mercedes front row with Argent forever forward in that 2nd place position. Nicky for Team Pro Laps brilliant lap in the Renault to take third. Ukbar, brilliant debut for the Flying Dutchman in the fourth place, and Smokey, a great return in that Mercedes to get P5. KLF 900 in P6 for Team Prolapse. Welshie in that seventh place position with his teammate right next to him, an all Lamborghini yellow row there. DJ Phil in that ninth place position with Don't Know Mate in 10th place. Smithy back in the Porsche, feeling a lot more confident in that 11th place position. Dean Wasocki, a poor qualifying from him, but hopefully he can have a better race. And Holty, obviously missing a lot of practice due to obviously not being able to jump in straight away, is at the back of the pack, but hopefully he can get this race under his bag and he will be able to be better off this evening. Matthew, let's who do you think we're going to take pole position?
Who do I think is going to win? Not pole. Pole's
sorry,
done,
yeah,
mate.
sorry, win.
I'm going to say Argent. I think Argent stands a chance here. Watch him to try and send one up the inside of Mays into turn one. I'd like to see the Ginetta and the two Renaults have a good fight, but I'm going to say Argent for this one. One person I'm going to give a shout out to is, let's keep an eye on Dean from the back of the grid. Yourself?
I think it's going to be a fight between Argent and Mays, but the lights are on.
Yeah, the lights are on. They're about to go green. They are green, and it's a great start from KLF 900 in the Renault in the mid-pack. He's got a flying start, but can he get ahead of these two Mercedes as Maze Gamer trying to squeeze Argent? Does enough that Argent has to tuck to the outside, and then KLF, can he look up the inside into turn one? He's going to have a try, he's going to have a try. He's had a great go on Argent there. Smoky Devil around the outside. That was an Audi who had to take, I think, across the inside part and has been tapped on the rear, but Kelly, great start from him and Nicky. Already Ukbar down into 13th place. I'm not sure what's happened to him then. He looks like he's had it off somewhere. Doesn't look too bad damage wise, but he's still going at the moment. But Mays away well there, Dan. Kelly though, great start from himself.
Yeah, I think the Mercedes boys had a little bit of a shock there as KLF in the Renault really did start to give him a little bit of trouble there, but Mays leads away the start that he needed, and he leads this race from now. Arjun in that second place position, but Kelly with a brilliant start.
He's had a mistake though, is Kelly. He's made a mistake coming off the back straight as Nicky goes up the inside. He looked very slow coming into the S's, and Nicky goes through nice and easy, but he's got Smoky Devil now. Hassel in the back. Smithy and Ukbar have dropped behind Dean. Dean then Hassel in the back of Don't Know Mate and Holty trying to get that SLS in front of the two Audis, and he's lost it coming onto the back part of the track. He's lost it while it's happened. He's so quick in practice, just hasn't had a good opening lap or qualifying session. I was about to say before the lights went out, Smithy tonight will be on to his 47th race start here, but at the minute it's the guys up front who have got the job done so far. Fury, Sweet and Sticky Junior, he says, and good luck everyone. Looking forward to race 2, says Rabbit Joe in the chat. Joe can qualify, so watch out for that one. Smoky Devil though, that Mercedes power on the back of the Renault car. Kelly has to defend halfway up the straight, and before the braking zone is Smoky Devil going to have that one done. Can KLF come back at him? He's still got a nose up the inside and outbreak Smoky Devil. Can he keep it there? They're just together, and like Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, Kelly closes the door, and Nicky's round. Nicky's lost the car.
Oh, where is Nicky? Nicky's dropping right back. He's facing the wrong way. He's waiting for the other drivers. Fair to Nicky. He's doing the right thing here.
Oh, he's dropped to last.
Yeah,
oh, what a shame.
Such a shame. He's looking very good in P3, but look at these Mercedes disappear. Welshie's up into 5th place.
Yeah, and he's
trying to break the toe.
Weaving down the straight to stop that from DJ Phil. I wonder where he's learnt that tactic from, as Smoky Devil couldn't get past Kelly down the straight. Here comes Ukbar, having a look up the inside of Holty in that Ginetta. Can't get it done. Don't Know Mate is ahead of Holty as well. But the Audi has lost it, and that is Holty who's lost the car. It was Don't Know Mate all over the curb, but Holty's the one who's lost out there massively, and that's put Smithy up into 10th place, and Dean Wasocki now right on the back. Holty caring a bit deep then as they're coming into the final couple of corners. Final couple of corners. Yeah,
final couple of corners. The other thing, like I said earlier, Matt, the pit lane's going to be interesting because they have to run wide in this penultimate corner. They have to go into the pits there. So when the pit box do enter, I believe it is lap 6.
Lap 6, the pit window. The lap 6, yeah.
So when the pit window opens, it's going to be interesting to see who dives in. But Welshie is having a brilliant start here. He's all the way up into 5th place and trying to catch on to the back of Kelly. But Matt, these Mercedes are gone.
They are gone.
Argent, they are gone.
I didn't think they was going to be this strong tonight, Dan, if I'm going to be honest with you. But Smoky Devil's got past Kelly and has dropped Kelly already. Can he now hunt down the front to his Welshie's Lamborghini? Looks to do the same thing. Ukbar up into P7 as that's Don't Know Mate who's made a mistake coming through turn 1. Gets back onto the track, loses out to Smithy, and will he lose out to Dean? Yeah, these Audis are struggling. I thought they'd go bare around here. They've struggled. Stealth Sloth has lost out somewhere as well because he's down in 11th place. And Dean looking up the inside. I don't know, mate. And Dean's lost it. Going up the inside. Maybe a bit hot up the inside. It's a strange place to lose the car. And I didn't see too much contact from him and don't know, mate. But Dean down to 12th.
I think it was a little rub from him, and yeah, it looks like Dean's come off worse between him and don't know, mate. DJ Phil trying to catch onto the back of Welshie, but he's got Ukbar, the Flying Dutchman. He's now recovering. He's now after 7th place. So it's all about, I think, for Ukbar, learning the drivers, learning the championship, and then eventually some of the circuits like Oshad, Slaben, and a couple others. I think that Ginetta should become strong. Don't know, mate. Now onto the back of Smithy. There's a great fight going up and down. I'll tell you what, Matt, other than a couple of little spins and little tiny incidences here and there, relatively clean from the Pro-Am guys.
Yes, it's been very clean, hasn't it, from these boys at the minute? It's been their individual errors that have led to spinning round here, but it's been very clean from these boys so far. Don't know, mate, trying to get onto the back of Smithy, who's ran a bit wide at that final corner, and he's having a look. So is Stealth Sloth and Holty as well. Dean Wasocki and Nicky are a bit further back from this little battle. Wide. He's very wide onto the grass, and that's going, don't know, mate. Look, the run up the inside of Smithy. Will Stealth Sloth follow? I think Don't Know Mate's got the job done. He has. He cuts back in front, and he's probably given Stealth Sloth an opportunity to dive bomb. Don't Know Mate into turn 1 as he's defending his line. Holty comes as well on his teammate, and all the teammates have touched, and it's Holty and Don't Know Mate. The teammates have collided with each other. It's Matt Neal and Shedden. It's Dan and D Biggs. It's Nicky and KLF all over again.
Oh, such a shame. Those boys were looking so good. The Audis were looking so much stronger there. But Stealth Sloth is the one who comes out triumphant out of that. And Smithy also doesn't lose too much. He only loses the single place. But DJ Phil is now starting to get a little bit of pressure from Ukbar. These two raced previously in another league of motive racing and also on the sim zone here and there. So these two know each other relatively well. So we'll see how these two get on. But Ukbar in that Ginetta is starting to make a comeback. I think Kelly's made a mistake somewhere because he isn't quite as close to as Smokey right now. But Smokey, brilliant performance so far for his debut.
Great comeback. And when we think about it, he missed all of season 3. Apparently, according to Leon Fernie, not very well. So we're glad to see he's better and has recovered. But was in the Porsche in season 2, so he's back in the Merc. And what a difficult car to jump straight back into. Not 10 minutes before the opening night, there was an opening for him, and he's straight back in. And he's putting it on the podium at the minute, is Smokey Devil. So great job from him so far. Ukbar then sets his fastest lap of the race that last time around, and he's really gaining. But this is where he'll lose to that Mercedes-Benz of DJ Phil just in front. Don't Know Mate again in the background is on the rear of Smithy. There's Nicky, you see as well. Then there's Holty, and Dean the further 3 seconds behind Holty. There he is coming onto the start finish straight.
What's going on here?
Oh, Maze! What's happened to Maze? He's slowing. Please tell me he's not out of fuel. No, he's got plenty of fuel. What happened there?
I have no idea, but Kieran Argent now leads this race.
Well, if he's listening to the stream, Kieran, like London Buses, mate, you could be on for your second win at season. I know it's not back to back. We have lost a driver. We've lost Holty then. Holty has retired from this race. He's parked in the garage, so he's retired from this first race of the evening then. Maybe something to do with the Audi. Obviously, we're not getting that much practice in before the night, but running just a little bit late. But Argent's been gifted a 3.5 second lead here, Dan. He's really benefited from that. Dean then and Don't Know Mate have gained a few extra points. What's happened to Don't Know Mate? He must have made a mistake somewhere. He was by Smithy, and DJ Phil clipping the wall there, under braking wide onto the grass. This is really giving an Ukbar a chance, but Ukbar's going to struggle down this start straight. The minute they hit the throttle here, Ukbar's going to struggle the rest of this way round. DJ Phil needs to keep it out the war zone, because that could give him some aero damage on the front and rear of that car.
Yeah, all Ukbar needs to do is just stick within striking range of DJ Phil, get through sector 1, get down the back straight, and then hopefully that tight twisty section, the Ginetta should come into its zone there. But we're on to lap 6. Arjun.
Look at this for a lunge! He has sent one on DJ Phil. What a lunge from Ukbar. Makes it stick. Beautiful manoeuvre. Job done then. The Flying Dutchman. Well, Max, if you're watching, that's how you make an overtake, pal. That's how you send one up the inside of a car. Of a Mercedes at that as well, eh?
Yeah. Well, Ukbar just caught DJ Phil napping. I don't think DJ Phil was expecting Ukbar to throw it down the inside, and he was so good on the brakes. He managed to get it stopped and turned in. So brilliant stuff at Ukbar. He is now on the move, and next guy for him to hunt down is Welshie. Smithy's now got a little bit of pressure of Nicky. Nicky goes down the inside, but he should get a bit tight.
Smithy across the grass there, just gave Nicky enough room on the exit of the first part of the chicane. That's Don't Know Mate just behind, and Dean Wasocki as well trying to stick with him. Nicky on a comeback after his individual error then, and Maze Gamer is now closing that gap to Kieran a little bit. The time's obviously just gone up as
34.9, so he must have made a mistake somewhere. That's
Well,
the session. So
yeah, I wonder if he's just gone to get a few
practice.
laps in. Yeah, I wonder if he's gone for a few laps in somewhere else. But yeah, Maze was slow halfway down the back straight. I wonder if he made a mistake, or did he take some track limits coming out of the chicane? I wonder if he was yielding the time. He's probably yielded a bit too much, if anything. But what a job we've got on here. DJ Phil then still gaining on the back of Ukbar. And no, I thought something had happened to Walshy, but it must have been Stealth Sloth in the background. As Dean then starting to now gain on Smithy. As Don't Know Mate has got past Smithy as well. And here comes DJ Phil. Is he going to replicate the move that Ukbar pulled off? He's caught kind of in the middle of the road, is Ukbar. Just kind of defending the line. And a bit twitchy under the brakes, is at Ginetta. It's not the first time that me and a co-commentator have said that about the Ginetta under braking. But so far, so good. Ukbar at the minute doing a stellar job. As DJ Phil, not a bad performance for Phil in this Mercedes this season, Dan. He's looked relatively on the pace back towards that front end middle pack of the grid compared to running by the back in the McLaren.
Oh, Maze is leading.
Oh, Maze is leading now, and he's leading by 3 seconds. So what has happened to Argent? He must have had a big off somewhere.
Whatever these two leaders are doing, I don't know what they're doing, but in a minute they're going to allow Smokey Devil to lead the race. They keep making mistakes.
Yeah, I was going to say Smokey Devil could be on the back of these two within a couple of laps. Did he just hit the wall there?
He got very, very close, and I don't know if Argent and Maze are just making their own mistakes. They're not.
And the thing is, Dan, as well, is they've both had big gaps. It's not like they've been under pressure from each other to make these mistakes. Smokey Devil's dropped it. Oh, just as we say about it, Smokey Devil's dropped it. Here comes Kelly then. I don't think Smokey Devil will have to worry about the Renault because he'll be up to speed down that straight. Oh, Ukbar. Oh, he's coming into the pits. He's coming in at the end of lap 7. So, but
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying about the pit entry. It's very easy to make that mistake, but Ukbar is in, and he's got it stopped. So that's a good start. But Smithy now onto the back of Don't Know Mate. He's trying to make a few moves here. Stealth Sloth obviously will gain a position there, but Smithy not able quite to get onto the back of Don't Know Mate.
No, and what's happened to Dean this lap as well? Because he was on the back of Smithy, and he's dropped well off now. So Kelly then trying to get on that rear of Smokey Devil, Dan, as you was just about to say.
Yeah, and the other silent assassin as well is just sitting in Kelly's wings is Welshie as well. He's having a nice, quiet, consistent race right now. I don't want to curse him, and if he doesn't drop that pad, he should be all right. But unless he's on the wheel, we'd like to know if he was on the wheel or the pad. Yeah. If you're on the pad, Welshie, give us a flash of the lights. No, actually, if you're on the steering wheel, it's probably easier to flash your lights.
Yeah, flash your lights on the steering wheel. If you're not, don't flash. He's flashing them, so I don't know what he's on. I think he's on the pad. He flashed at something, but I think he's on the pad. Or that might have been his brake lights, actually. Look at it.
It might have been his brake lights.
Now look at this. Ukbar pitted from P6 a minute ago. He's a lap down. Because that is how long... Well, he must have some damage, actually, on that car as well. I wonder how much he's running with the radiator. I wonder if he's changing tyres, repairing damage or something. But he's got the whole length of the pit lane, and he's now a lap down, as Kelly is going to come in at the end of lap 8 as well here. So we'll see Kelly's pit stop. Ukbar not yet away. Smithy has lost out to Dean then, coming down the back straight. Ukbar's now away, but how much time has he lost? And he's still going to currently lose in this pit lane, because look at how long it is. Well,
yeah, that's going to really set Ukbar back. Unless he gets some flying lap times in, he might have set the radiator too wide. Obviously, the first time he's racing here at Simplay, and obviously because we run damage here, other leagues don't run the damage. As Kelly's in and out
good stop.
And gone.
Lollipop Man didn't even lift it. Kelly just drove through it before anything there. So Ukbar looks still not out the pit lane yet, and Kelly's already done his stop. So Ukbar then, now he's out the pit lane, now can take the limiter off. Now what's happened to Dean? Because he's now back behind Smithy. Here comes Dean and Smithy. Smithy's a couple of seconds up the straight. Dean and Smithy, they seem to keep dropping it and letting each other pass. They're doing a bit of a Kieran and a Maze gamer.
Yeah, definitely so. And speaking of Kieran and Maze, Maze has got his act together by the looks of things and starting to put away. I don't think Arjun has. I think he keeps making a couple of errors here and there. As Maze, a little bit twitchy on exit there, and he continues on. But a little bit of a gap here. Kelly exits the pits just behind Dean. So this is going to be interesting now. Kelly, the leader of the pit stops, currently out in the 11th place right now, trying to catch onto the back of Dean. How nice is Dean going to be? Smokey Devil currently in that 3rd place position.
Well, she's in.
In comes Welshie. So this should be interesting.
So, now, Dan, we look at the undercut of what Kelly. Has that undercut worked? Is Welshie going to get the overcut on Kelly into the pits? How early is his pit box? Not that it really matters. Kelly then I think that's just the time he's lost to Dean based on that back straight. I don't think Dean's lost that much time because he's made a mistake. Smithy, though, has. He's ran a bit wide and Dean up the inside. Welshie then drops down into 6th place. He's in the pits. It's a decent stop for Welshie as well. Not too bad. Now, keep your eyes on the back of the pack. Here comes Kelly behind Smithy and Dean. Welshie is still away. It's a long old pit lane is this. This is Ukbar about to unlap himself from Welshie. That has really ruined his race, his long stop. Kelly's past Smithy then, and now down to the straight he comes. Welshie is still nowhere near that line. There's Kelly in the background. I think, don't know, mate's decided to come into the pits. He has. There's Kelly. There's Welshie. I think Kelly's going to get him done here. I think the undercut has worked for him. Off the limiter comes Welshie now, and out the pits he comes as Dean gets past. Does Kelly get past? I think he has. Very just. Yeah, I think it's closer than what it was before they came in. Don't know, mate, into the pits then at the end of lap 9 for him as well.
Mays as well. Both of these guys are coming in right now, but that was very close. Welshie, I think it's actually brought that gap down a little bit to Kelly. So it was, I would say, about a 1.5 second gap between them, and now it's less than that. So Welshie, with a great pit stop and a good in lap as well, has allowed him to get a little bit closer to the back of Kelly and try and hustle him towards the end. But Argent now leads this race with Smoky Devil in second as Mays pits and gets his repairs done. I believe he's already had his pit stop.
Yeah,
he's had a quick one.
In and out. Don't know, mate. There will be a lap down shortly as well. Or is a lap down on a few of the leaders. Mace Gamer could come out the pits ahead of Stealth Sloth here as DJ Phil's just got past. This battle, though, these two are really close to each other. And you see Dean in front of them. He's nowhere to be seen. Nicky's coming to the pits at the end of lap 10. So Nicky in the same lap as Mace Gamer then. As here comes... Yeah, now, has he done his stop? No, he's coming into his box now. Now, Kelly and Welshie should get the jump on Nicky. That one should be easy to see. Someone's dropped it. Oh, what's happening with Dean? Oh. Okay. Bit of lag there for Dean. I think we'll just jump off Dean there. Then so Nicky then drops down behind Dean Wasocki, but Dean's not yet pitted. Neither has Smithy then, I think. Smithy's bringing it in. It looks a bit slow. Yep, Smithy's come into the pit lane then. Wait a minute. Smithy looks a lot better tonight in that Porsche. Oh, Welshie. Bit of a twitch. And he's lost time there. He's lost time, Dan.
Yeah, he's lost a little bit of time there, catching onto the back of Kelly. A little bit of dirty air from the back of that Renault. So Welshie maybe just a little bit caught out by the brakes as well. With extra speed going down that back straight, he might have just been caught out a little bit. This is going to be a nice fight towards the end between Welshie and Kelly. The older generation of the families, the Davises and the Welsh. The Welsh. So we'll see what the old Gits can do.
Yeah, what's the old dog's got? Tell you what though, Dan, if I look as good as Welshie at 40 years old, I'm doing something right, I reckon.
I'll tell you what, I forward that. Welshie's a very good looking man.
Now, what has happened to Kelly? Kelly's lost out during the S's, and Welshie, not only is he a decent looking 40-year-old, he's got a run on Kelly. And can he go up the inside? The old boy, you say you can't teach old dogs new tricks, and no, you can't apparently, because Welshie nearly went into the back of him.
Nearly went into the back of Kelly there, but I think what's going to help Welshie here is that Lamborghini just seems to have the edge a little bit on the Renault on the back straight. I think Welshie knows this. He's trying to get a good exit out of the final corners, but he's run wide.
Oh, he's sliding through the last corner. He collected that beautifully there, but he's lost a few tenths, and I agree with you, Dan. The Lamborghini's got a bit more top speed than that Renault, and I just think there, without the slide, he could have had an almighty run. Oh, yeah, he's twitching all over the place. Welshie then pushing the limits, and... Keegs, you got some toilet already, because that could have been a bit of a brown pants moment for you there. I think Kelly, I think he made a mistake coming through the first corner.
Yeah, definitely so. So he was a little bit twitchy there as Smoky Devil. What's happened to Argent? Smoky Devil's onto the back of Argent now.
Wow, you cannot make this up at the minute. These two are going so long. They've got till the penultimate lap. It's not like the Pro where there's a pit window. When are these two going to pit as well? This is for P3. That's Don't Know, mate, just ahead is a lap down. Back to Kelly and Welshie though. Welshie just gaining again into the braking zone, coming into that corner. Has Welshie lost it? No, I think he's had a problem. I think he made a mistake, you know, though. Now this for the lead, Smoky Devil on Argent, a returning Smoky Devil, another Scotsman who's flying at the minute, the flying Scotsman, the flying Dutchman so far. Can Argy Bargy The Crash Champion, as his nickname is on the Discord now. Can he get the job done? Stop and Phil battling as that's Don't Know Mate. Wisely taking to the grass to stay out of people's way, and that's nicely done from Don't Know Mate.
I'm trying my best to stick with this fight. I'm intrigued with this fight. This is a fight I've been kind of looking forward to this season. Welshie versus Kelly. I think they're evenly matched drivers, and it should be interesting to see.
He didn't get a slide there. He didn't get a slide there. Kelly's gone defensive. He's weaving all over the place like one Davis to another. There's a bit of a weave on a straight. Now, does Welshie lunge where he took Mazda out 2 seasons ago? Is he going to look for it? No, he's tucked back in behind. I tell you what, Keegs would have sent it.
Yeah, Keegs would have definitely sent it, especially if it was a Renault Clio.
Now here comes... Oh, it's Argent! He's wide! Oh no, he's in the pits.
Calm down, Matthew. Calm down. It's a pit entry.
There's that much happening. I don't know what's going on. Argent into the pit lane.
This might be a problem for Mays. Argent's in. Mays has now caught traffic.
Yeah, I think Mays is fine.
He should be fine, but if he stays behind these guys too long, Argent, if Smokey Devil stays out, fills in. But if Smokey Devil stays out and pumps in some good lap times, he's been consistent.
Yeah.
He's been doing 27.7s. May's been doing 26s, but every now and then he makes a mistake. DJ Phil in, Argent in. Both of these guys done. Mays has got a big gap to Argent now.
Mays has got a huge gap to Kieran Argent, as Don't Know Mate unlaps himself from Argent again. And apologies, folks, because I thought Argent was gone there, but no, he'd gone into the pit lane. Stelfsloff has a bit of a slide, and he's just caught the front of Mays, and that could be disastrous. The aero damage to the front of that Mercedes could really hamper Mays in a straight line now. That's helped Smokey Devil. It's not helped Argent. It's helped the race leader at the minute. Now, people who haven't pitted, Dean Wasocki and Smokey Devil are the only two to come into the pits. When do they decide to pit then? Dean's now up into P5 ahead of DJ Phil, who's being kept an extremely long time here. The longer DJ Phil's in the pits, this could really help Dean out when he comes for his pit stop. There is Welshie. He's dropped well off the back of Kelly now. Not sure what's happened there, but DJ Phil tumbling down the standings at the minute. He's now behind Nicky. Don't Know Mate the next person to pass him, but Don't Know Mate is off, coming towards the S's. So I don't think he's going to get past Phil, as here comes Ukbar looking up the inside of Smithy. Backs out of that, couldn't get that job done. But what kind of damage does Mays have? As Smithy, I think, caught Ukbar out. I think Smithy was losing the rear. Caught Ukbar out there, Dan. What damage does Mays have to the front of that car?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to know. Might suffer in straight line speed. If a slight bit of damage to the front end, Smokey just needs to keep his head down and keep doing the lap times he's doing. A 26.9, Mates previous a 27.0, but obviously he was caught up with Stelfsloff.
Well, no, this is the end of that lap, and that's only a 28.5. Look, that's how much it's cost him. It's cost him nearly 2 seconds. Stelfsloff's in, and he's sped in the pit lane. He's got himself a time penalty then at the end of lap 14. He's got himself a time penalty. Here comes Ukbar on Smithy. Stelfsloff with a 10-second penalty. If his stop isn't great, could this mean Ukbar could get round and maybe get on the back of Stelfsloff towards the end of this race? 17 people watching, 12 like. Guys, girls, hit that thumbs up button. Here comes Ukbar. So late on the brakes. And
Smithy out a little bit there, but Smithy managed to get it stopped, and Ukbar unable to get that position back. These two battling out for 11th and 12th place. And again, I think Ukbar, just obviously with a setup due to the fact that there's a race with damage before and his radiator may have caught him out or something like that. It was a very long stop. So, Ukbar getting really close to the back of Smithy there.
He's really pushing. They're really pushing each other along here, and this is brilliant racing to watch at the minute. As here goes Ukbar now down the back straight. Can he get the job done here? I think he can under braking. Yes, he can. Job done, and good effort if you're Ukbar. Nicky then ahead of Stelfsloff, and Stelfsloff has that huge penalty to his name.
Yeah, such a shame there for Stelfsloff. He was looking relatively good to come back up a little bit in the pack, but due to now taking that 10-second penalty of speeding in the pit lane, he will now lose out to no one at the minute. DJ Phil in the pits again.
Oh, now why is Phil in? He's just pitted.
Sure unless he's got damage to the front of the car, maybe not enough fuel. As Don't Know Mate's had another mistake. That's allowed Ukbar to gain some points back. And
I know Don't Know Mate is really struggling around this circuit. He said off air that he really doesn't like the feel of the Audi around this track. Mazda says he's struggling in the Audi. We've seen Holty retire. He struggled in the Audi. Now DJ Phil is going to drop to last place here, as there goes Ukbar, there goes Don't Know Mate, there goes Smithy. So DJ Phil having to pit twice is last. What a shame. And look who that look who that is in the background. That's Dean Wasocki. So Dean's, even though he's not pitted yet, he's not going to come last because he's guaranteed himself the chance of at least 11th place, because he's nearly, in fact, probably guaranteed himself 9th place. He's nearly a lap ahead of Ukbar and Don't Know Me and Smithy. So Dean, and again, Dan, what a poor qualifying from Dean. If he'd have qualified like he practiced, Dean could be on the podium at the minute. He could be fighting for a podium.
Yeah, he could. It just needed to get the lap hooked up, and Dean would have been fighting for a decent amount of points. But like we said, still waiting for him to pit, and the pit lane is such a long pit here. He's really going to struggle. Smoky Devil, man, is consistently pumping in the 27s. Mays, that last lap, a 29.9. Mays is struggling by looks like he might have front end damage. I still think he's got a big enough gap to Smokey to get in and out. So
well, Smokey's got to be in with the next 2 laps, Dan. So Smokey's got to really do something good, or Mays drop it a bit. But they could be fighting on their way out the pits. You know, they could really be fighting on their way out the pits.
Smokey's just got to keep it smooth and consistent. He's got good points there. He's net 2nd place. Argent really not in the fight, I don't think now. No. After a couple of little mistakes here and there. Dean still yet to fit in that 4th place position. Kelly has managed to fend off Welshie. Welshie's lost a lot of time to him, so that fight looks like it's neutralised. Yeah. And Nicky currently is 7th. Stealthsoft with that 10-second penalty as well. Won't get anywhere near further up, but he should stay ahead of Ukbar. He should stay ahead of Ukbar.
The one thing for me, though, we're done with that Stealthsoft penalty is when Dean pits, where's Dean going to be in relation to Stealthsoft? Because Dean nearly lapping Stealthsoft here, isn't too far behind him on track. When Dean makes his stop in the next 2 laps, Dean could be around that Stealthsoft fight. And I just question whether Dean and Stealthsoft will be battling at the end of this race.
Possibly, but Stealthsoft will want to make sure that he gains enough time on him. Dean has actually caught Argent in traffic here, and Smoky Devil's in the pits.
So he comes in at the end of lap 17. Sorry, Dan.
With this endurance championship kind of rule of the guys don't really have to get out of the way, they're not obliged to move to one side. They can race the leaders if they want to. Now, and Argent just getting caught up with Smithy there, and that's allowed Dean to get a little bit closer.
I was going to say, this is interesting, Dan. Dean, although he's still got to pit, is well on the pace of Kieran Argent. So what a shame we've been robbed of that battle with Dean not getting a good qualifying. What could have been for Dean in this one, because he's really on the pace of Argent here, matching similar lap times. Mays Gamer then leads this race by a big margin, but how much is this damage going to hurt him towards the end of this race? I don't think there's enough time for him to lose. Smoky Devil, though, has done a job, Dan, where he's put himself in a position of P2, because Argent isn't even coming onto the oval yet. He's just coming in now. Now, what's happened to Dean? Dean's lost it somewhere, because he was on the back of Argent. He's coming into the pit, so I wonder if he spanned somewhere and has decided that I need to get in. I'll pit now. Now, this is the question. Where will Dean come out? I reckon in between Stealthsoft and Ukbar, and we'll see that battle develop as well. She's dropping onto the back of Nicky here.
Yeah, well, she's not having the best of runs at the minute. Nicky in the 27s at the minute. Mays, the only faster man than him at this precise moment. So, Nicky really on the charge here for the back of Welshie at the minute. And Stealthsoft's not too far behind either. Look, Dean is still in the pit, so Stealthsoft has jumped Dean. But how big a gap can Stealthsoft make as he nearly hits the wall there?
Very twitchy down the start straight. Now Stealthsoft here has got to make sure that he doesn't drop it. He's got to make sure that he stays 10 seconds ahead of Dean. Where's Ukbar? I said Dean had come out ahead of Ukbar. I stand by that. I think he will. Yeah, I think that's pretty much job done as Dean is on his way out the pits already. But I'm looking forward to Dean in Q2 here, Dan, because he's showing good pace here. And I know Joe's coming back in a little later. But Dean's showing good pace at the moment as Welshie then having to defend from Nicky onto lap 18 here. Smoky Devil has got himself an 8-second gap over Kieran Argent, so he has really pumped in the good pace there. And Argent, a 1:34 last lap, poor time from him. Could Kelly be catching Argent by the end of this race? I wonder.
Who knows, but Argent's got to be squeaky clean between now and the end. We've only got 2 laps left as Mays starts his penultimate lap. Obviously, Smoky Devil 1:56.4, that's him setting his outlap of the pits. Welshie and Nicky going to be having an interesting fight here as Smithy is in the way and he moves out the way as fair as he possibly can, so he's now moved to one side. Nicky, now, will the Renault have enough of a run on the back of the Lamborghini to have a send it down the inside?
Nah, I don't think he will. I think the Lamborghini will stretch its legs and just gap Nicky enough to keep out that distance, especially while they're going to weave down the back, the start-finish straight then. Kelly just a bit slower than Argent that last lap, but I tell you what, he's only 8 seconds off the back of him. Argent, though, we know he's made a mistake, and Nicky does have a lunge. He was close enough to think about it, couldn't get the job done. Dean's got 8 seconds on Ukbar. Can he make sure he stays ahead of Ukbar for P8? Don't forget the top 6 cannot qualify for the next race, and Nicky cannot qualify. To be Stelzloff below, who can. But at the minute, can Nicky get that P5 and get some extra points for Team Prolapse, especially with Forever Forward Racing, one of their drivers not being here in this first race. Maze Gamer then leads this one, 24 seconds clear, with a bit of damage to the front of that car, we suspect. But on the last lap, we'll come back to him towards the end of this race. He is well in front of these boys at the minute. Maze Gamer, I think, Smokey Devil, I think, well on for a second place. Argent to Kelly, I think, is one I need to watch, because Argent has made mistakes before, and I think can make them again.
Yeah, but he's just got 1 lap to survive. He has. Argent's only got that 1 lap. I'm keeping an eye on this side between Nicky and Welshie as Welshie looks to the outside, and we know the Renault's very good on the brakes. So if Nicky is just within enough distance to Welshie, he could send it down the inside of turn 1. He's trying to set him up here in the final sector, just to stick in the toe. And Nicky's looking around the outside of the final corner.
Towards the outside, that's not where you want to be. Nicky tucks back in. Sorry, Dan, but you don't want to be on the outside. You don't want to go into the wall.
No, definitely not. As well, she's trying to break the toe, but that final corner is very famous for a pro accident a couple of seasons back. I think he's really close. He looks down the inside. He's going to be put on the brakes. Will Welshie give him the space?
He didn't get him done on the brakes. I thought he would have had a nose or at least a front axle up the inside, but he didn't get the job done. Maze Gamer then is coming around the final couple of corners, and it looks like pole position and the first race win of the night. He's been dominant so far as Maze, and that's 3 wins on the bounce for him. What a job by that man. Smokey Devil will come across shortly for second place. He's had a good fight. We'll just come back to him in a moment. Let's go back to this fight for 5th and 6th so far between Nicky and Welshie. And down the back straight, the Lamborghini just stretches his legs. Can Nicky get him in the S's towards the end of this track? As Smokey Devil then round in the final corner, everything done. He can't really make a mistake from here. It's going to be a P2 for him, and what a job from this man, Smokey Devil, back in the Mercedes and back in the points and back on the podium. Argent looks like he's going to be set to take a P3. Kelly with a nice quiet 4th place then. I mean, he's only here. The real battle's just behind. And as the camera pans out, Nicky still doesn't have him done. Kelly's going to get 4th. Let's come away from Kelly. Let's watch these two around the last corner here, because this is where it all matters. We know Kelly's safe for 4th, but this is where it matters.
Welshie's got him.
He has, no, he has.
Got it.
He's got the run. Welshie then will take his best finish of the season, P5. What a fight with these Renault drivers that he's had tonight, though. Nicky will take a 6th place and cannot qualify for the next race. Stelzloff, Smithy crosses the line in 11th place, so good result for him. Stelzloff then just ahead of DJ Phil, 10-second penalty for Stelzloff, but I don't think that one's going to matter. He's got 32 seconds back to Dean. He can qualify against Stelzloff, and Dean then, as these two flashing the lights, lovely to see that from Stelzloff and DJ Phil. Dean then has, they finished the race. Oh, they've all finished a lap down. So Dean then will come across the line in P8. Ukbar on debut will get 9th. Don't know, mate, will come across in P10. And Dean Wysocki, 9th place. Fastest lap of the race, a 24.8 from Maze Gamer. So clean sweep in race 1. We're going to be right back in just a moment with the second back in as well. It is going to be interesting. So go and get a drink, quick toilet break. We'll see you in 5.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born when I watch me elevate. I watch me elevate. Yeah. All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate.
Broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, cause you caught it. You caught it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street like at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. Golden. Lay on the carpet, eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it. I saw it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street like at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. Golden. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden. You know
Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. Then back here with the qualifying 2. Now the top 6 cannot qualify, so that is Maze Gamer, Smoky Devil, Kieran Argent, KLF 900, Welshie and Nicky cannot qualify. Rabbit Joe and Holty back in the session. They can, and hopefully they're all raring to go. I'm just going to go through the championship standings then. Obviously drop scores are calculated after the stream has finished tonight, but as it stands at the moment, Maze Gamer leads the way on 75 points with Rabbit Joe on 66, Argent on 49 with KLF on 44, Nicky 43, so a good tight battle there. And then I don't think something has gone right after that, because it's saying Welsh is only on no, that is right. Welshie then is on 29 points. I would expect him to be on more, but obviously because of last week he's only on 29. Then it's Don Productions on 26, DJ Phil Green 24, Stealth Softs on 23, Alfie 22, Holty 20, Smoky Devil already on to 20 as well, Don't Know Mate 18, Dean Wasaki up on to 15 points, Smithy on to 13, and Upbar on 7, which puts the Forever Forward Racing team, the 2-time Pro Constructors Champions, 28 points ahead of Team Pro Labs. Team Pro Labs here third. And that's not bad to say. Maze Gamer is on his own ahead of DJ Motorsport and MC Motorsport in 4th. Iron Brew Racing a 5th with AA 3D Printing 6th. Lone Wolf Motorsport, Team Cool Runnings and the Flying Dutchman in last place. We've joined in the commentary box by Kieran Argent and by Maze Gamer himself. We've not been able to get Smoky Devil in here, but so far it is Kieran, race 1, not the way you wanted it to go.
No, definitely not. I say, especially with Joe not being there, I needed the win really, but may have had too much for me in that one. Especially at the start, pulling away half a second a lap, give or take. So I decided to stay for P2 and then just caught the curve one too many times, and it's fun.
Yeah, it was a tricky one for yourself. One that meant that you was leading at one stage after a mistake from Maze Gamer, and then one where you dropped behind him again. Is the Mercedes hard to get used to around here, or what's the situation with it?
No, it's just human error. I'd say just run wide on the exit of turn 2, and then run wide or hit the curve entering turn 3, and spun the back end round, and then caught the curve on the inside of the second to last corner. It's just human error. Normally take the same line or try to if it either gripped or didn't grip for one reason or another.
Now you're back with your teammate for this second race who sadly missed the first one. What's your chances in race 2, buddy?
I would want to say try and get through the pack, but after what happened last week, I'm not so confident. But like I say, anything can happen. Get my head down and do what I can.
Well done, mate. We'll let you go back to it. Cheers, buddy. We've got Smoky Devil back in the commentary box. First race back. P2, mate. That's not a bad first way. That's not a bad comeback, is it?
It's not bad at all, I don't know. I mean, that's quite good, isn't it?
How's the Mercedes-Benz then, pal? Because obviously Porsche in season 2, we missed season 3, back straight into the Merc and on it. How is it?
It's totally different to the Porsche, but it's good to drive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. How was that race for you? Because you didn't seem to make many mistakes. You just didn't seem to have that pace of Kieran and Maze Gamer, but podium nonetheless, mate. How was it?
I just didn't have the pace to keep up with them, but I just kept my nose clean. Do you know what I mean? Stayed out of trouble. Just kept it through there. Do you know what I mean? Then I seen everybody pitting early. I was like, just wait till the elite pit. Hopefully when I come out, nobody's about me, so just roll me in through there.
Yeah, definitely. Going into race 2, mate, what can you do from there?
See what happens. You know what I mean? Just see what happens. Not expecting anything.
Well, we'll let you...
but just try and keep through the pack anyway.
We'll let you get back to it, buddy. Well done tonight. Best luck, mate.
Hey, boss. Cheers.
I've got Maze Gamer in as well. Maze, 3 wins on the bounce for yourself. That one was a bit hard though. You made a mistake early on. What was the situation with the mistake, buddy? What happened? Right, fair enough then. Going into this second race, mate, you've got the pace, obviously, you've got your quickest man out there, but what can you do from where are you, P9 on the grid, what can you do from there? Well, we'll let you get back to it, buddy. Best of luck. Cheers, bud. So then, Dan, a couple of drivers there, very happy with the performance. Kieran, one maybe to watch in this second race if he can keep it on the road, pointing forward a bit better. At the minute, it's his teammate who's currently on pole from Holty then, so the two that got that bit extra practice in are currently 1-2 at the minute.
Yeah, and just a couple of comments coming in saying that Maze Gamer was either Maze Gamer or Speed Devil were a little bit quiet, so we have to double check that next time we get things underway. But no, I think Maze might have his hands full this time with Rabbit Joe. He's now into the 25s, so we'll see what times he can do. Dean really struggling. It seems like Dean outside of practice seems to get the lap hooked up without anyone watching, but as soon as the cameras come on, he just seems to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, he's off it. He's about 1.3 off his best time in practice at the minute, is Dean, so hopefully he can hook that up then going into the back of this one, as Holty's just gone purple in the middle sector. Here comes his teammate Don't Know Mate, currently down in P8. Couple of attempts will put him above DJ Phil, and what's he going to do as he comes around this time? Finds half a second. That's not too bad. Gets himself ahead of Phil and pulls away. Here's his teammate then, who was purple middle sector. What's he going to do as he crosses the line? An improvement of 4 tenths. And is 6 tenths off the back of Rabbit Joe now. Ukbar then, a second off of Rabbit Joe. What can he do? Stealth Sloth. He's not on a personal best lap at the minute. Just looking at the timing screens, it's only Rabbit Joe and DJ Phil that are on a faster lap. Joe's just gone quicker. Joe's just gone personal best is set to 1. So is Don't Know Mate. Here comes Phil, 6 tenths quicker. So again, pushes Don't Know Mate back down. He needs to find another 3 tenths. Stealth Sloth not on a personal best lap, and I'll hope to go again here. Smithy currently P5 and in the pit lane. Dan Maze Gamer though, look at that, he'll start P9. That's where he'll enjoy being, in P9 from there. He'll enjoy that one as he's not got to overtake the guys he beat in race 1, just the guys in race 2. Here comes Ukbar. What can he do on this lap? It was a better middle sector, crosses the line, and must have been a bit of an outlap for himself, or a backing off lap.
I believe it was an outlap, and you say that Maze starts in P9. If I'm honest, to me, being in the middle of the pack could be a problem. That's where you're going to be. You're going to be the first man into all the incidences and crashes that goes on. Sometimes it's worth just staying at the back, wait for lap 1 chaos to end, as Rabbit Joe goes quicker again.
Now, Dan, I was going to say, let's get to Holty then, because he did come up purple middle sector on my phone just a minute ago. He's going to cross the line. Don't Know Mate as well has just gone 5th, so what a lap from Don't Know Mate as well. What can his teammate do here? Oh, he didn't improve. Must have lost it in that final sector, and indeed he did, as it came up not personal best on my phone. Dean then, through the final corner. Is he going to be up there a bit more? P4, not improving that time, but he gets 1 run. He may get 2 more runs at it, depending on how he goes. Don't Know Mate up into P5, so good lap from him, really getting the pace. I wonder if Holty's just worked on a setup while he was away, maybe to make that Audi feel a bit better. Phil, wow, 1 second. Stealth Sloth now down to 8th, and that's not going to help causes. But I wonder if Holty's managed to find a bit more of a better setup for the Audi there, because Don't Know Mate, that's a decent lap from him as he's gone into the pit lane, so he won't finish.
Yeah, maybe Holty, with that little bit of time of practice that he needed, he's just gone away and just gone on and just cracked on with the car and trying to figure out where it is strong and weak, as Ukbar just a 10th off his best there as he gets to the final corner. But it should be interesting to see how Ukbar gets on this race there. A little bit higher up on the grid again, and with the learning of race 1, and obviously if you get him to turn his radiator down, he will now learn that damage is in effect, and he will be making sure his engine is nice and cool. So maybe Ukbar could be a threat for a race win, possibly, if any of the guys make a mistake. There's
Dean, he's
Holty.
Sorry, mate. Dean is on a better lap here now. I was going to say Holty was on a personal best as well, but Dean is on a personal best, and can he find 2 attempts to knock Ukbar down to P4, keep him on the second row, but maybe knock him down to P4? Here he comes, and a bit twitchy, that SLS is through the final corner, and Dean just had to get off the power here. There, gets it back together for the final bit. So close to that wall is Dean, and can he improve as he crosses the line? No. Did he lose that time at the final corner? He will get a final run here, as will Holty. Joe then, not on a better lap. This is an outlap for Joe, as here comes DJ Phil again. He's not on personal best middle sector, but nothing. They must have lost too much time in sector 1 and sector 3 then. Here comes Rabbit Joe. After doing his outlap, he's now on to his final one. Did he get across the line? Oh, Dean's pitted, so Dean will not complete that. Did Joe cross the line before? He must have done, yeah.
He looked like he did, but he's pitted. He's up to get out. This is Ukbar, one and only chance. What can he do in this Ginetta towards the line? What can he do?
No improvement.
He does find a little bit of time, but we're talking thousands.
Couple of thousandths of a second there. Then here comes Holty. Green in sector 1 is Holty at the minute. So then that will put start. Oh, he's lost the rear. He's lost the rear. What a shame. So that will be the pole position fight over. Then Joe will take his second pole of the season. Stowsloff will start in 8th. DJ Phil then, can he find a couple of attempts to get ahead of Don't Know Mate? As Dean Wysocki will start 4th, provided DJ Phil doesn't find too much time. Smithy then will start 7th as well. Holty up in 2nd on the front row of the grid. Don't Know Mate is 5th for the time being. And Ukbar 3rd. So 3rd and 4th for Ukbar in that first outing for the Ginetta. Not bad outright pace at the minute. Here comes Phil. Can he get the timing better?
We will see as he exits the final few corners. That Mercedes is a handful as he comes through the final corner. Can he improve on 6th place and get himself a little bit higher up to give him a better chance at the start of race 2? DJ Phil exit the final corner. Last man set a lap time towards the line. What can he do?
Stay 6th. Stays in 6th place, and so Don't Know Mate will get 5th, and Dean will stay 4th. But it's Rabbit Joe with his first pole position of the season. I say another pole position, his first pole position of the season. And don't forget, the extra point for pole this year could prove critical. So it's Joe from Holty, Ukbar, Dean Wysocki, Don't Know Mate from DJ Phil, Smithy Stelsloff, Maze Gamer Argent, Smoky Devil, Nicky KLF, and then Welshie at the rear. But he's not on his own like Holty was in race 1, because there is Joe back with us as well. So an even number of cars on the grid, and I'll let Dan take you through the grid order.
Yeah, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, round 2 of tonight's race, round number 6 of the Pro-Am GT3 Championship, and Rabbit Joe will take that pole position with Holty alongside him in 2nd place, Ukbar in 3rd, and Dean Wysocki in 4th. Don't Know Mate in 5th place position, DJ Phil in 6th, and Smithy in 7th. Stelsloff rounds off the guys who were able to qualify in that 8th place position. Race winner of race 1 will Maze Gamer will start in that 9th place position, and your podium finisher of Argent and Smokey run a line in 10th and 11th place. Nicky and Kelly run side by side for Team Pro Laps on 13th and 12th position, and Welshie right at the back will start in 14th position. And if I'm honest, I would quite happily be in Welshie's position right now. Right at the back, out of trouble, no issues, and we'll see how we get on for race 2, round number 6 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Circuit.
Indeed, 20 people watching. Let's get this stream up to 20 likes, guys, before the end of the night. What a job from these guys. Dan, tip for the race win here.
I'm going to go with Rabbit Joe with this one. I think Rabbit Joe will get the start that he needs, and he will disappear in the distance. I would like to see Holty do a Daniel Ricciardo and send it down the inside and catch him out at the start, but we will see. But that's who I'm going to go for. Matt, yourself?
Yep. I'm going to throw a curveball out there again, and I'm going to say Dean, based off his race 1 pace. Can he do it this time around? We're syncing up. We're getting ready to go. The revs are rising. There's lights on for DJ Phil. We're green here, and it's not the best of starts from Ukbar. Smithy gets away really well, as does the 2 at the back. Kelly and Welsh, who are already rubbing doors and come off of each other, but the front 3 very even as they got away. And there's, that's Smoky Devil and Nicky, I think, into the wall, and Welshie. No, it's Kelly and Welshie now. Did the Lamborghinis come together there? Dean is losing out to Don't Know Mate. No, he's not. He's managed to keep that one round the outside. What happened to Kelly and Welshie? I'm just looking back. I can't see if they touched. But what a shame. Did they touch again? And that's caught Smoky Devil out. But either way, Joe from Holty from Dean. Smithy then has managed to get himself into 4th. Ukbar losing 3 places down into P6 already off the line. But a good start from the front 3 and very evenly matched away they go. Where is Maze Gamer? He's up to 7th, so he's only gained a few. Looking up the inside of Ukbar coming into this bottom part of the track. There's Don't Know Mate. Oh, brilliant move. Brilliant cutback on Smithy there. That was from Don't Know Mate, and up another place, but Smithy comes back at him and gets that job done. And this just halting Maze Gamer's progression coming through the pack. Then he's now going to look underneath Don't Know Mate. And a bit of a twitch on that Mercedes-Benz there. And Don't Know Mate keeping it there, keeping it side by side, just giving him enough room. And May should have that one done. Will he look at Smithy as well under the braking zone? Yes, and here comes Don't Know Mate. And they squeeze each other. And how they have not gone off, how nobody has gone off there, I don't know. But what driving from the 3 of them to keep it on track. And May's now up into P4 and on the back of Dean Wysocki.
Yeah, definitely so. And Rabbit Joe's done exactly what he needed to do.
Oh, wow! Dean is off! That's a huge hit into the wall for Dean Wysocki.
He is in the wall and is now struggling to get going. Who else is there?
That's Stelsloff.
Yeah, Stel Soft dropped to the back as well, but Dean with a massive hit. That's just giving Mays the lead there.
That was a huge hit into the side of the wall there, Dan. And it's just coming up to this part on the stream in a moment.
Argent's just gone off as well. Ugbar giving him a little bit of a rub there, and Argent's gone wide and onto the gravel. Kelly's now starting to recover, so Smokey and Welshie are also starting to gain places back due to that. But Nicky is under pressure from Ugbar. Ugbar, the Flying Dutchman, right onto the back of Team Pro Labs owner Nicky. And I've got to mention as well, Ugbar is Team Pro Lassie driver as well, so he'll be looking down the inside of his boss as such. But thinks better of it. Doesn't want to get a prolapse fine from him.
Dean then dropped it on his own, all on his own, and it was a huge hit into the wall. I wonder if we'll see him in the pits at the end of lap 1. The window opens, but for Pro-Am, if you've got significant damage, he's off again, look. And, well, there goes my tip for the race win, because he's already now started to struggle, and that's not what you want to see at all. Dean has just not had the luck tonight.
No, definitely not. And this is the thing, when you go from doing qualifying, you're all prepped up and go for your fastest laps. When it comes to race trim, you've got to get into a groove. You won't be doing the lap times you would do.
Oh, Phil!
Just dropped it in at the wall.
Very slidey through the last corner. Ugbar as well over the grass and twitching all along. Here comes Argent. I wonder, Dan, later in the day here, is that last corner a little slippy? The conditions have pretty much stayed the same, but the drivers seem to be all over the rear end of this track. They seem to be struggling at the back of this track. As here comes Argent, Nicky and Ugbar. No, that's... Is that... Yeah, it's Nicky. Yeah, it's Nicky. Yep, Kelly's behind. Yeah, Kelly slowly waking his way back up the pack at the minute, but Ugbar losing out to Nicky and Argent there. Nicky right onto the back of DJ Phil. DJ Phil being a bit of a mobile chicane right now as they go through the chicane. Oh, DJ Phil's just dropped it. A little bit of pressure from Nicky, and that's allowed him to get through. But I wonder if he's got a bit of damage down on DJ Phil from when he hit the wall hard earlier, but Holty, like you say, got Maze Gamer. Yeah, Maze is breathing down his neck right now. Holty, can he hold back the Mercedes grunt of Maze Gamer right now? But right as it stands right now, Maze is trying to get another race win. He's looking. Oh, he's going to look up the inside. He looks late. Around goes Holty. Maze very nicely straightens him back up there. But Maze so late on the brakes there. Well, maybe a day late, dollar short. Yeah, it was a bit. It was a little bit sloppy from those two. Welshie now on the back of Smoky Devil. I think he had the run on Holty, sorry Dan, coming down the start straight. I think Mays got up the inside and he's having a look. Yeah, he did look. And here he is. Don't know, mate. Let's just give him a shout out a minute. He's just starting lap 4. He's in P4 as well. As Holty loses out to Mays now. And, twitchy on that Merc on the rear on under braking. Let's give a shout out to Don't Know, mate, at the minute. As Holty then loses the rear. He's P4 at the minute, is Don't Know, mate. And might soon be on the podium as his teammate has spun. So Holty then... Is he struggling because of damage to that car? DJ Phil is in with damage at the end of lap 4 then. Look at this fight between Nicky, Argent and Ugbar. This is a great little scrap going on here. Nicky currently he's now the mobile chicane after DJ Phil just dropping it on his own. Ugbar right onto the back of Argent, trying to find an opportunity to get past as they both bounce over the curb, and Ugbar looking really close. But again, that Mercedes should have the grunt. Oh, wrong camera. Don't want this one. You just see it slowly pulling away, but Ugbar's going to go later on the brakes. We've seen him do this earlier in race 1, and does he get it stopped? They don't touch, and I think Argent's managed to keep it around the outside. This may make Holty a bit more interested again here, as Ugbar trying to go wider than Argent coming through the S's, and Holty then, has to be late on the brakes there just to get it stopped from going into the back of Holty, of Ugbar. DJ Phil then in the pits for a long time. I'm surprised we've not seen Dean into the pits if he's got huge damage. I'll be surprised if he hasn't after he shunted into the wall. But the top 3 are gone at the minute, and the battle that we wanted to see in race 1 of Rabbit Joe and Maze is happening again. But look at this train of cars. Argent, Ugbar, Holty, KLF, Smoky Devil and Welshie are just behind. So these boys having a field day. DJ Phil's on his way out the pits, but it's going to be a lap down to the 2 leaders and then potentially these lot. Just to say in front of these lot, I was just about to say, look, there's Nicky and there's Don't Know, mate, who was 3rd and 4th then, who are just in front of these boys and are still managing to keep going. DJ Phil, and I reckon, will just trundle along on the outside there, as you see, as he gets lapped by half the field. There, then, he gets going now just ahead of KLF. I'm sure Kelly will appreciate that one, but... now they don't have to move out the way, Dan, did he? But I'm sure Kelly will be a bit frustrated with that one, that he let the others through and comes out just in front of him.
That's a little bit cheeky there of Kelly, cutting the chicane. But I think he's a little bit frustrated with DJ Phil right now. As, like I said, he lets the whole pack through but him, so he's probably a little bit frustrated with him. Mays now starting the lap a lot quicker than Rabbit Joe. See if he can bring that gap down to Rabbit Joe, but once he gets there, like the famous Maury Walker once said, is one thing catching is another thing to overtake. So we'll see if Mays can find a
And we
way
saw
through.
that last week, Dan, at Dubai, didn't we, where Joe was attacking Mays Gamer. We saw that then, and Joe had to fight and had a few collisions with Mays Gamer. Nothing that wasn't sorted with an apology from the two of them. Stealth Sloth has lost it towards the back of the track, and that could allow Dean to catch up towards the end of this. Towards Stealth. Look at the damage he's got. Why hasn't he brought that into the pits already? Because that, not even the boot's open a little bit. Whoa, that's... that's a bit broken, Dean. I'd be bringing that one. I'd have brought that one in at the end of lap 1. But, yeah, here goes Argent then. Now, Don't Know Mate can have a bit of breathing space here as Argent just starting to put some pressure onto Nicky then. And runs very deep at turn 1. Takes a cone with him for his troubles. But Don't Know Mate could be allowed to breathe a little bit here with Argent starting to pressure the back of Nicky. And Argent matching the pace of Rabbit Joe out front is a second slower than Mays. But he's matching that pace of Rabbit Joe. And I wonder what he can do from there. That Dean doesn't come into the pits again, neither did Stealth Sloth, so them two still going as Kelly now has got past DJ Phil.
Yeah, it's taken them some time, but I think DJ Phil has now realised that he just needs to stay out of this fight and just use the guys in front and just tow him a little bit and try and gain something back from this race. But Argent currently in 5th place position, trying to bring that gap down to Nicky as Mays now gets within under a second of Rabbit Joe. So Joe must have made an error somewhere, and Mays has just brought that gap down to him and is now going to start putting him under pressure. This is the fight we're going to be looking forward to towards the end of this race. Can Rabbit Joe hold on the might of Mays Gamer this season? Because I really think Mays is looking good to take the championship, but he has to beat the Forever Forward boys.
Yeah, I agree there, Dan, but look at the lap times as well. Joe at 27.2, so not the best lap time as Nicky Holty come into the pits then at the end of lap 6. Holty comes in, as does Nicky then. Early stops for these boys. And I wonder what they can do as they go through then. Holty into the pits, as is Nicky then. So we're on lap 7 of 20. You've got to get to lap 15 to score maximum points in this race. And I wonder if we'll see Dean in at the end of this lap. And I wonder if he'll think get into the pit. Smokey Devil as well. He's brought himself in at the end of lap 6. Surprised we haven't seen Welsh in. Is he coming in now? I think he might be just coming in Welsh. You know, he stayed out. So surprising one that. Dean. Okay. Dean choosing to stay out. Smithy's coming as well. Dean choosing to stay out, but here's the battle then that we wanted to see. Look at the difference in speed. Mays Gamer gets through that corner there. Joe just looked a bit slower than Mays Gamer coming through there, Dan, and Mays looking really good value for his money.
Yeah, Mays looking a lot stronger at this point of the race. Mays really starting to put pressure on Joe.
Oh, Joe!
You see that Joe has a twitch, but Mays has to avoid it, so he kind of saves himself as such. But Mays will trying to get the slipstream down the back straight now, and he wants to get a good run out of the final corner.
He does indeed then, as here comes Joe, twisting and turning, middle of the track. That's kind of where he wants to be. He's now gone a bit more defensive. She's going to have to watch it when he comes back. Will Mays chuck one up the inside. He's got a bit of a tap in the rear there. I think he thought about it, but was a bit too close to the back of Rabbit Joe. And Joe gets through turn 1. Oh no, he's lost the rear. He's lost the rear, and Mays Gamer gifted the lead again. And the Forever Forward car stays in front. Now what has happened further back as well? Because Argent and Ukbar are into 3rd and 2nd. That might be the problem with Don't Know Mate and KLF coming into the pits at the end of lap 7.
Yeah, I don't know if Rabbit Joe might put an inquiry on that one. Obviously, Mays giving a little bit of bump on the rear. May have forced Joe to miss his braking zone and then try and check up as best he can and then drop the rear on his own. And obviously, due to Mays giving him that little love tap, might have possibly, maybe he wanted to put an inquiry on that one because it may have unsettled the car and maybe have lost this race win. But Mays now takes the race lead as KLF, Don't Know Mate and Welshie are all in the minute. Where are they going to feed out as Dean is still staying out?
Yeah.
Extending that.
Now he's past Stealth Sloth, so he's past that one on track position because these guys haven't pitted yet. But Dean is a long way back compared to Ukbar. I'm surprised Dean didn't come in with that damage. He obviously feels fine with it as Kelly has... Kelly's jumped Don't Know Mate. So's Nick. So's Nicky. So Nicky was ahead of Don't Know. Nicky was just behind Don't Know Mate before the pit stops. Mays Gamer's got a time penalty. Oh, that's huge. That is huge. Lap 8, the end of lap 8. Mays Gamer drops it into the pits and has got himself a 10-second time penalty, at least the minimum, as Welsh goes on his way now. Smokey Devil has got back in front of him, and Argent will make it a forever forward 1-2 at the moment, but Mays, huge penalty towards his name there.
Is that a little bit of karma? Is that a little bit of karma for the little bit of a nudge into turn 1 that Rabbit Joe just suffered? May have been possibly, but Mays is now on his way and now has 10 seconds breathing on top of his head. Nicky, I think, out of all of that, looks like he's gained the most. He's just got Argent, Ukbar, Mays. No, Mays has already done his pit up, so Argent, Ukbar, Dean and Soft all still to come in.
Yeah, and the thing is he was just ahead of Argent and Ukbar, so it'll be interesting to see where these two going longer will feed out in terms of coming out by Nicky himself. Can Nicky go that bit longer and get the undercut done? But the guys left to pit, Argent, Dean, Rabbit Joe, Stealth Sloth, they're all the guys that and Ukbar, sorry, all left to pit. And the Ginetta had a solid debut tonight in the Pro-Am, Dan?
Yeah, Ukbar's really gelled with this car. I've seen him, like I said, on another channel. I've seen him do it in the Sim Zone, and he has got some bits of genius in this car. But I think the Ginetta really needs a kind of finesse touch to it. It can be very quick, but it can be incredibly titchy, as we saw with Andy in the Pro last season. Once it is good enough and fast enough in the Pro to take race wins, I think someone like Ukbar could possibly get a good chance to win races here at Pro-Am.
So. Jamie Brazier in the chat, tell you what, I recommend that Schumacher documentary on Netflix. Just watched it and it's brilliant. And oh dear, Mays, he says in the chat. So we must have seen Mays getting the time penalty and the pit laners.
My question is to that, Jamie Brazier, why are you watching that documentary while Pro-Am is on right now? You're meant to be sitting here watching this, mate.
Yeah,
then
Jamie.
You can watch the Schumacher documentary.
Yeah, watch the Schumacher documentary later. How did it go, Jamie? That's how Jamie probably watches a Netflix documentary, streaming things like that. It's Stealth Sloth. Back ahead of Dean. So Dean's made a mistake somewhere. He's lost out to Nicky as well. I'm surprised Dean hasn't brought that one into the pits early on. We've had a retirement. And who is that retirement? I can't honestly tell you. Holty. No. Holty. No way. Holty again has retired from the race and left the session, so another no points finish for Holty tonight. He will not score a single point in this one. What a shame for Holty in this one tonight. And don't forget, you're only allowed you've got to complete 80% of the season, so the fact that he's retired from 2 races now is really going to hurt him. He's got to be careful into the back end of this season, otherwise he'll be dropped of 25 championship points. He'll be docked as into the pits then, nice and slowly at the end of lap 10 comes Argent. Then Dean still didn't pit, even though he's lost out to Stealth Sloth and Nicky. I'm really surprised Dean hasn't brought that one in. Make it, surely you'd want to get in as early as you can, get that car fixed, get it out. You've got a quicker car underneath you then.
Yeah, possibly. What's that, 137.8? He's struggling and he's just not making his life any easier with that damage. You can see it's just not behaving properly. That rear wing obviously a little bit unsettled, as Jamie says he had the stream in the background and I was buffering a lot.
There you go, we'll let you off then, Jamie. I can only imagine, based off seeing his lag in racing, I can only imagine what streaming a film in Jamie's house must actually be like.
Do you know what? Once Jamie does get his internet sorted, it will be nice to actually race Jamie side by side.
Yeah, he's going to be a big threat when he's got decent internet. Isn't he? Big threat.
Yeah, and like I said, it'd be nice for the rest of the drivers as well to actually go wheel to wheel with him and give him a good fight. But we're not here to talk about the pros. We're here to talk about the Pro-Am drivers. And Stealth Sloth obviously still not yet to pit, but Nicky's being held up by him a little bit, and that's allowed Argent to jump him in the pits.
Yeah, jumping so by a couple of seconds as well, Dan. 3 seconds Argent's jumped him by, so good stuff from Argent. And like you say, Nicky just struggling. Did Argent, though, having that clear air, get the chance to pump in a few extra decent laps? I wonder if that was the case for Argent. Having that Mercedes in the clear air, was that able for him to pump in better laps? Joe still not yet pitted. 24 seconds back to Mays. Oh, if I was Joe, I'd be tempted to get in now. I really would.
Well, the thing is, what is he going to gain by not staying out? What's he going to gain by coming in early? Stelstoff has a twitch there, and is he gonna allow Nicky through? It is for race position, but they're on different strategy. Nicky looking down the inside.
Yeah, job done from Nicky
there.
there.
Will have that covered, but he might go back on the attack later on. But will Stelstoff opt to pit right now, or will he stay out? I think he's going to stay out.
Yeah, he didn't seem to fight that one too hard, did Stelstoff, and I think that's wise from him. He knows that Nicky's on a different strategy, and he knows not to pit. 25.4 for Mays. Joe did a 27.6, 2.2 seconds quicker on the last lap was Mays gamer to Rabbit Joe. If I was Joe, I'd be bringing it in. Let the tyres cool down a little bit. You know you've got that extra 10 seconds. He's basically got a 31-second lead at the minute. And Joe is going to pit this lap then. So the end of lap 12, Rabbit Joe is going to come in here.
Get it stopped. And he's just gone a little bit safe there, I think.
Yeah, he's gone way too safe. The pit limiter's there. So he was very safe. Dean! Oh, Dean! When it rains down, it pours.
Yeah, definitely pausing for Dean Wasocki this evening is just getting worse for him. 10-second penalty, spinning in the pit lane. Smokey Devil will now go ahead of him. Don't know, mate, earlier on was looking very strong in that third place position, but has lost out a bit from Kelly and Nicky. And I think he will lose out to Argent, and he's already lost to Argent.
Yeah, he'll lose out to Ukbar as well.
To this the race leader now, the Ginetta, leads the race again, Matt.
And yes, it does indeed. And Dan May's game has just passed Joe, and Joe is still in the pit lane on his way out. Oh, he's off then. Ukbar has just gone off there, and he's well off. Oh, now that is very, very uncharacteristic of Ukbar, but was off round the outside. Here comes Mays Gamer. That's job done for Mays then, back into the lead. How far of a gap does he have over Joe? We'll see in a moment when that timer ticks down. Dean will come out just ahead of Smithy as well. But Ukbar, very, very uncharacteristic, losing it round the outside like that. That was a strange one.
Yeah, definitely so. As Rabbit Joe exits the pit, he is 18 seconds behind Mays right now. So Mays has done the work. He's put the fast laps in, and right now he'll be 8 seconds ahead of Rabbit Joe once the penalty comes to effect. So Joe was given a lifeline, given an opportunity to fight back with that penalty, and will sadly not be able to fight back. So it's such a shame for him, but unless Mays makes a mistake later on in this race, Rabbit Joe might have to concede to second place.
Yeah, he might have to. Good point, so for Joe today. He's only made the one. There's DJ Phil just in front of him. There's Dean behind. So Dean is fighting with Phil. That gap's 3 seconds, but Dean has that 10-second time penalty to his name. Now, Mace Gamer just needs to keep it on the road. He's fighting with nobody at the minute. Joe is in no man's land. Argent ahead of KLF by a few seconds as Ukbar then at the end of lap 13 has brought it into the pits, and that then is everybody other than Stove Sloth who was pitted. In comes Ukbar now. So where will he feed out? Oh, great stop. Great stop from Ukbar. Has he got the jump on?
Better.
Yeah.
A lot better than what it was earlier. He said it was over a minute, his pit stop. Argent, I think, should have him. Obviously, due to Ukbar's little incidences and mistakes, he should be covering him. But it's going to be interesting between Nicky,
Yeah, the other one is Nicky's there. Where's Kelly? I don't think's in this one. So there's Argent. Ukbar is that far away. You must be sat rocking in the car sort of thinking, come on, get to the line. Nicky's going to have Ukbar done. Stealth Sloth may come out just ahead of Ukbar. I'm not sure about that one, but Stealth Sloth still to pit anyway. But Nicky gets the job done and is back up to P4. There goes KLF, 7th place at the minute. Stealth Sloth did get past Ukbar, but Stealth Sloth still to pit. Don't know, mate, then. Oh, just a bit of a wiggle there as he's got Smokey Devil chasing him down for P8 and 9, and I think Smokey Devil should get that one done, but I reckon Don't Know Mate could get Stealth Sloth in the pits depending on how long his pit stop is, and especially now that he's just had a moment at turn 3, I think that one is. Yeah, turn 3. Here comes Smokey Devil then on the inside of Don't Know Mate, and that is job done. Don't Know Mate tries to tuck back in, and is he going to look up the inside? Oh, I tell you what. Oh, get it stopped. Oh, he's done well there. And a bit of a tap up the rear from Smokey Devil there. But Don't Know, mate. Good undercut there. Good use of that. Come back up the inside and brake later. He got it done, Dan.
Yeah, definitely. So just both of them just outbraking themselves a little bit and was unable to make the corner. Smokey with a better exit. It's just hit the back of Don't Know, mate. So they both might suffer a little bit of damage. So whatever damage that Smokey has repaired is probably gone to waste now because he might have a bit of front aero damage. But this is your race leader. Mace Gamer, 2nd place at the minute is Rabbit Joe. Argent in the 3rd place position. Nicky currently in 4th place. Ukbar in 5th. And Stelsloff is your top 6 as he now opts to pit.
He's coming in at the end of lap 14. Now, question I want to ask you, Dan, is Argent's gaining on Rabbit Joe here, 5 seconds quicker over that last lap. We're only at the third track of the season. Do team orders come in play to get Argent in front? Or does Rabbit Joe keep that place? I mean, team orders this early on I think is a bit harsh. But if Argent is so much quicker... Now, there's two battles going on here. There's an inter-team battle between Forever Forward Racing. There's Joe, there's Argent in the background. And then there's Phil and Dean as you see Phil lock up and turn in and just narrowly avoids Joe, who's going up the inside to lap him there. So this could maybe make Dean a bit interested on getting on the back of Phil and getting in front. Stealth Sloth then is not yet on his way out the pits. So he's lost out to Smoky Devil, who's got back in front of Don't Know Mate. So I wonder if Don't Know Mate's made a mistake somewhere. As he's going to get past, yeah, there he is. Look, he's lost out to Maze Gamer as well. He's going to get past Stealth Sloth, as will Welshie. I'm just wondering, Dan, I'm just wondering about these team orders here, because again, Kieran's got the gap down to 1.6 now.
I know me and D Biggs last season had an agreement that we would go and run and be fair to one another in the racing, but there was no such thing as one driver had the favoritism. We took every race as it came, and until one of us was mathematically out of the championship, then we would help the other one for the team. But I don't know what the deal is for the Forever Forward boys. I don't know if Joe has an agreement with Argent, as Argent's the owner. So I don't know.
Joe's struggling to get past Phil here, and Jamie's just right in the chat. Dean's dropped it. Dean has dropped it. He's gone so far back, and that Merc can't look any more crinkled. He's got Smithy now within 3 seconds of him, and that'll put Dean to P13 in this race and last because of the 10-second penalty. But Joe's struggling to get past Phil, and now back markers don't have to move the way. Why is Phil... now, all right, they don't have to move, but why is Phil defending so hard?
Yeah,
they don't have to move. Oh, he's made a mistake now, and there goes Joe and Argent through. They don't have to move, Dan, but that seemed overly aggressive on the defensive from Phil.
Possibly, yeah, and I'm not sure what was going on there. I think DJ Phil just wanted to fight with someone. So now we got this interesting fight between the two Forever Forward boys. Now, the thing is, if they fight and race each other, they could lose more time constantly to Maze Gamer. Now, obviously, Maze 27 seconds up the road. We've known Maze to make mistakes, as he's very twitchy there. So Maze could still have a mistake in him, and then these two were too busy fighting one another, will not be within that 10-second window. So is it worth them working together to bring the gap down a little bit? Because, like I said, Maze could drop it, and then one of these two are in the seats. They're outscoring Team Pro Laps. So
the other one as well here, Dan, is what happens if they do fight too hard and Nicky gets on the back of them. Now, I know it's lap 17 of 20, but what happens if Nicky gets on the back of them?
Well, the thing is, we've already said this, haven't we, Matt, this season, that the first couple of rounds are probably not going to be a Renault circuit, are they? Indianapolis, not really a Renault circuit. Dubai wasn't either. So, to be honest, Nicky and Kelly are just a damage limitation in this round. They're just trying to gain as many points as they possibly can until they go to circuits like Zolder, Osher, Slaben.
I think next week could suit the Renault. Long, fast, sweeping corners at Donington Park, and not long straights where they're going to lose out massively. I think they could do. The Renault could be a surprise car next week. As here is Don't Know Mate trying to fend off the Audi that's a different shape, if you want to call it that. The Lamborghini of Welshie behind him then. And Welshie, he's been involved in a fair few fights tonight, hasn't he? I'm sure he'll be loving this back in the Pro-Am fighting. Yeah,
definitely so. As these two are having a good fight right now. And you were saying that these two are basically an Audi as such in one car. Well, to be honest, they're both Volkswagens.
Yeah.
They're both
VWs. Yeah.
Both VWs, you know. So these two are just the really flat and fast Passat.
Yes, that Nick Hamilton drove yesterday when I was at Donington Park to see that one. That was brilliant. But here comes Argent having a look on Rabbit Joe. Can't get that move done. Saw a nice Lamborghini in the car park yesterday as well, actually. Beautiful.
I've driven a Lamborghini.
Oof. Oh, Joe, deep, slidey, wiggly. Yes, you have on your supercar day.
Yeah, and ironically, it was actually this model, just not a GT3 version. It was the Hurricane. So
was it bright yellow?
It was actually, yeah. It was bright yellow.
She looks like
she's driven one of these.
Yes, you have. Was that black with blue and orange stripes on it?
No, that was bright orange.
Oh, well, there we go. Iron Brew colours
I've
and
also-
MC Motorsport colours.
Do you know what else I've driven as well?
One of them?
One of them as well.
Let me guess, it didn't look like that one.
Nah, my one was green, but the only other car that I drove is definitely not in here.
Iron Brew Racing, 50% of the grid of Volkswagens, he says. Brilliant. Argent then and Joe battling it out, but aren't losing time to Nicky behind. They've actually extended their gap to Nicky. Well, she's still trying to get past Don't Know Mate. Maze Gamer is on the 19th lap of this race, and is the car in front of these two. Look, he's at the chicane. He's just lapped Smokey Devil, who's down in 7th place. Dean then has got himself 10 seconds ahead of Smithy, but is still well off the back of DJ Phil. Now, Ukbar.
Nicky.
Yeah, I was just about to say that one. Ukbar looks like he's gained on Nicky as well. KLF not really in the picture here. I'm not sure.
He's coming towards the line. What does he do? The 20. Oh.
Argent's got past Joe.
Made a mistake.
Right. So, what has happened there? Because Argent's got past Joe. Joe was a 10th quicker last time round, but must have made a mistake at turn 1. And Argent is in the lead of this race then. And the inter-team battle continues. That is Stel Slough, and that could help DJ Phil, who's there. So that's a battle for 10th and 11th, the top 10 spot here. But Joe has lost out to his teammate then. And in a fight of Joe defending that to try and get back to top spot in the table, he's lost out to his teammate. Now, can he come back at him here in these final couple of laps? Nicky is well out in front in this race. Just started the 19th lap. Sorry, he's just started the final lap, should I say. So he's on to the final lap of this race. Lap 20 for Maze Gamer, not Nicky.
Yeah, Maze now entering his final lap, and it looks like he's got this covered. Ukbar right on the back. Rabbit Joe has dropped off the back of Argent. So this is the main fight towards the end now. Can Ukbar redeem himself after the silly error of dropping the radiator really low before? Can he redeem himself by getting a top 4 position?
He's having a look. He's having a look. Gets that one short though, Dan. And Nicky defending well.
These two should be fairly even going down the back straight. We know the Renault isn't very good in top speed, nor is the Ginetta. So we see how these two go. But Ukbar trying his absolute best to try and find a way past Nicky as they now start their final lap. And Argent and Joe are quite close again. But to be fair, this is the real closest fight. But this man has been completely faultless all night. Yeah,
who's your driver of the day, that Dan? Because this man's taken 4 wins in a row now, and we tried to make the Pro-Am. We did the reshuffle, you remember? Tried to make it not one-sided. Well, this man's got a DNF, third, first. He has been absolutely sublime and on a different level, and with that 10-second penalty as well. It's a flash of the lights from Maze Gamer, and it's a 4th win of the season, a 4th win in a bounce. Surely we're not talking about Fury's record being broken this season, are we? As Argent then, who really looks revitalised and up for it this season, looks like he's going to take a 2nd place. That one we'll go back to in just a moment, as here is Nicky and Ukbar still fighting through the S's, and you see Ukbar getting closer and closer. Cannot get it done. Let's just jump back to Argent. We'll come back to Nicky in a minute.
It's been a good drive for Argent. I've got to put him as possibly a favourite to driver of the day. Just a bit more consistent here tonight, and good solid points. Another podium for himself. So good stuff for him. Rabbit Joe, obviously, coming home for a 3rd place. And good points for Forever Forward. Ukbar hasn't quite got enough to catch onto the back of Nicky. So Nicky with solid points for Team Pro Laps. Ukbar will come home in that 5th place position. And Kelly all on his own. And
Welshie got Don't Know Mate there as well, Dan. So Don't Know Mate lost out on P8 from Welshie then. Them two have finished as well. So P8 for Welshie. P7, Dean's dropped it again, bless him. He's not had a very good night. P7 for Smokey Devil, 2nd and a 7th. And I have to give Kieran Argent driver of the day as well, a 2nd and a 3rd. He's been consistent, scored some good points. There's Kelly finishing for P6.
I think a little shout out as well to Smokey Devil, returning back to the championship in a car that he doesn't often drive. A shout out to him for finishing on the podium in the 1st race, and obviously caught up in a little bit of incidents in the 2nd race, but a shout out to him. But your race winner is Maze Gamer, and he's completely smashed it here tonight.
He has completely smashed it. He also gets the fastest lap of the race yet again here. So get Argent, and Argent can join us. Try and get Joe in the party as well. We hope to see them in, as I will just do the final tables of the night then. Obviously this will be before the drop scores take place, and it will be posted with the drop scores taking place later in the week then. But it is Maze Gamer who leads the title race by 19 points at the minute from Rabbit Joe, who's got his teammate quite close to him now, so his double points haven't really taken much effect at the minute after missing a race tonight, but obviously drop scores can change that. Nicky then on 56 points with Kelly in P5 there, ahead of MC Motorsport. It's Welshie in P6. DJ Phil Green is 7th with Stove Slough in 8th. Smokey Devil up to 9th already on his first outing for DJ Motorsport. Good stuff from him. Don Productions then will be 10th. It says Daniel Francis 10th, but it'll be Don Productions in 10th as Daniel Francis has sadly had to leave the league. Don't Know Mate then will be in 11th place ahead of Alfie in 12th. Holty in 13th. No points for him tonight. Dean Wasocki then is 14th. Ukbar 15th ahead of Smithy already with NJ, who again has pulled out the league. And Aidan Bennett not yet off the mark. Forever Forward then have a 41-point lead over Team Pro. That's with Team Prolassi still third, yet he's on his own. Maze Gamer flying brilliantly at the minute. DJ Motorsport just ahead of MC Motorsport by 19 points, who are well in front of Iron Brew Racing, and they are only 4 points in front of AA 3D Printing. Lone Wolf Motorsport, then Team Cool Runnings, and the Flying Dutchman bringing up the rear. Did we get Joe in?
I've invited them all. It's just no one's wanting to join the party.
Where are they? Again. Here we go. There's one. There's one. So then, Argent, we'll speak with you first because no one else is here yet. But Argent, P2, good fight with your teammate at the end. You look like you had more pace than him. He looked like he struggled.
I wouldn't say more pace. I think we're both consolidating second and third, really. Both staying third until we made a mistake at turn 1. But yeah, Maze Gamer can't fault him. We've got a second on us a lap, so never going to catch him.
Yeah, the difference of last week where Maze looked like he was in a good fight with you and Joe to this week where he looks like he's had the better of you and Joe. Just starting out all good pace. But you got driver of the day, Kieran. Good night for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I need to be this season. Like following on from Brands Hatch and Dubai last week, I tend to have one good race and one bad race. But this week I've managed to get 2 podiums, which is all good. Yeah,
Donington Park next week. What can you do there?
I'd like to say a race win, but with the pace Maze Gamer showing, I'm not sure.
Well, best of luck for next week, buddy. We got Maze Gamer in as well. Maze, 4th win in a row and a double win tonight. That's not too bad.
Maze, before you talk, Maze, we just need you to change your settings so we're able to to hear you. So you need to set your mic to always allowed so that everyone can hear you.
Well. Echo on there.
Yeah, I think it's because I changed the accounts.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, so just watch Mace Gamer just does that then. We haven't got Rabbit Joe in at the moment. But all good for Forever Forward going forward. And
it's
just
done.
there we go. Just before we get onto that Maze then, Smithy then made his 47th appearance tonight. How will he go? 3 more till he gets to number 50. Got a few other people coming up to the 50 mark. DJ Phil getting to that 100 mark nearly, so nice to see that one. Maze then, we didn't get to chat to you in race 1, Maze, but they didn't get to hear you, should I say. Dominant performance tonight, buddy.
Yeah, kind of, but that 10 seconds penalty stressed me out a bit.
Indianapolis, you think you said last week you wasn't a big fan of it. You've actually came here and done really well.
I did some mistakes. It's just that I wasn't pushing hard, so I didn't do a lot of mistakes. Like in Dubai, I was really pushing, so that's why I did some mistakes.
Yeah. Donington Park next week. What do you think about Donington and what can you do around there?
I like Donington Park, especially if track limits are off, because the chicane in the last sector is very difficult if the track limits are on. And overall, I like the track.
Well, we can't wait to see you go around there next week, buddy.
Yeah.
Cheers, bud. And we've got Joe in for a final quick word. Joe, obviously you missed the first race, not the way you'd have wanted the second race to finish.
No, I'd like to grab a first place, but I'll take third, and I made a couple of mistakes that I didn't like making. However, to say that I usually grab loads of practice before the race, I'm happy where I've come. To say I haven't today.
Yeah. You you got pole position, good qualifying pace. Just Mays was on another level, wasn't he?
Yeah, Mays did really well tonight, and well done to him for getting. Well, is it a clean streak for him?
Yeah, clean sweep. Yep, 2 race wins and 2 fastest laps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donny to Port then. Sorry, Joe, go on.
I was just going to say that he was on his game tonight, and when someone's on his game like Mace was, it's really hard to race against, so he deserved the win.
Donny to Port next week. What can you do there?
I don't think I managed to race there last season, so it'll be a new race in the GT3s, so I'll just take it as it comes and hopefully do well.
Well, best luck, buddy. Dan, final thoughts from yourself?
First thing I want to comment is when Rabbit Joe said he makes mistakes that he doesn't like making, I would like to know the mistakes that he does like making, because I don't think anyone likes making mistakes. But no, great racing here at Indianapolis. Race 1 was absolutely brilliant for the Pro-Am. They put on a great show, great racing from them. And race 2 a little bit more quiet, but nonetheless it's been a great showing here at Indy. The Brickyard has delivered once again, and yeah, great racing. Let's get those likes in for the last few moments there, and look forward to tomorrow night for the pro guys to be on circuit, where myself, hopefully Jamie, once he gets his game sorted, Mazda, Andy, Disco, and the rest of the guys as well, Gary, all will be back tomorrow night. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a bit of Indy.
Yeah, it should be fun. We'll be back tomorrow night then, 8 PM BST for the Pro Series around Indy Road Course, where let's hope Fiore keeps all 4 wheels on the car this season. We'll be back live. Well, we'll hope. I say we'll be back live. We hope to be live Friday night for the IndyCar at Texas. Let's hope it can get underway this week, because we are really looking forward to this one. We want this one to get underway as soon as possible. But that's all we've got time for tonight. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new, and tune in tomorrow night for what is going to be an absolute cracking battle in the Pro Series. From all of us here at Simplay, good night.
Good night.